but performed a farewell show just a few weeks ago, sitting on a throne with the original Black Sabbath lineup.
His family released a statement saying it is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time. Sharon, Jack, Kelly, Amy, and Louie.
Fox's Jeff Paul.
Really hard to put into words what he meant to not just heavy metal music and rock music, but just music in general. I mean, I can remember when I bought my first copy of a Black Sabbath album, Paranoid, and I just played that record nonstop. Really hard to believe he's not with us anymore.
Ozzy Osbourne's final show was in his hometown, Birmingham, England, July 5th. Again, he was 76. President Trump just announcing what he calls a big and important win in his lawsuit over a 60 Minutes interview with former Vice President Kamala Harris. The president says CBS parent company Paramount paid $16 million today as part of a settlement, with more expected. The network has denied trying to help Harris through editing. The president keeping up pressure on the Fed chief to lower interest rates.
He's got it wrong. That's why I call him too late, T-O-O, too late. And it's really too bad. But it is affecting people that want to buy houses.
He says the administration's considering removing the capital gains tax on home sales. Fire officials in Massachusetts say the presence of medical oxygen contributed to the spread of the deadly fire at an assisted living facility earlier this month. However, they're still investigating the cause. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It has been confirmed. It's sunny and 84 degrees in downtown Indy, low tonight in the mid-60s. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. The Indiana Department of Health has found mosquitoes in Indiana that have had West Nile virus, but now a person has contracted it. The person who has the virus is in Vanderburgh County. Since West Nile is transmitted primarily through mosquitoes, State Health Commissioner Lindsay Weaver said Tuesday that with more rain and high temperatures affecting Indiana this week, no matter where you are in the state, you need to remove any potential breeding sites for mosquitoes around your home. Even a pool of water as small as what's in a bottle cap can breed mosquitoes. The Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles has introduced new blackout plates approved by state lawmakers as a minimalist approach to license plates. This will raise money to improve services. The black plates with white lettering will be available for purchase at BMV locations and online starting in August. A man was found to have over 1,000 sexually explicit images of children. Johnette Cruz has the story.
A significant arrest was made last week in the fight against online child exploitation. The Hamilton County Metro Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force arrested Austin Thompson of Elwood, Indiana. The multi-agency task force includes detectives from Fishers, Carmel, Westfield, and Noblesville police departments, along with the Hamilton and Madison County sheriffs and Homeland Security. Their investigation, sparked by a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, uncovered thousands of disturbing images and messages. Thompson now faces multiple felony charges, including promotion of child sexual trafficking. He is currently being held in the Madison County Jail. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And Indiana Pacer forward Pascal Siakam is the honorary pace car driver for the Brickyard 400 on Sunday. John Herrick explained.
Siakam will be driving a 615 horsepower Blazer EV SS, which is the most powerful electric vehicle in its class and the quickest SS model produced by Chevrolet. The race will be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where President Doug Bowles says this is another example of pacers and racers going hand in hand. Siakam has been an NBA All-Star 3 times. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Hi, it's Steve Mann. Have you heard the commercials for the Mark Patrick Stop Smoking seminars? And they said only $49.99 and it could work for you. So I thought, that's not even a week's worth of smoking. So I went. And guess what? It did work for me. You know, my friends and family are still amazed. I quit smoking. I didn't have cravings, anxiety, or weight gain. Listen, I don't know how it works, but I know it works because I'm living proof, and it's 100% guaranteed. So what do you got to lose? I'll tell you what you got to lose. A very bad habit.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking without cravings, irritability, or weight gain. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. Don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all or your money back. Seminar 8 p.m. on Thursday, July 31st at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Or 2 p.m. on Saturday, August 2nd at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Registration 30 minutes before seminar. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
You've got WIBC traffic at 3:05. Matt Bear, what you got?
All right, west side, looking at southbound 465 after West 10th Street. It is a crash blocking 2 left lanes, jamming us up. Back to West 38th Street, and that is a 17-minute delay. Now we have a crash, still the west side, southbound 465 on the off to I-70. The ramp to 70 is open. It is partially blocked. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here is your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Tonight, mostly clear, lows in the mid to upper 60s. For Wednesday, sunny, hot, and humid. High temperatures in the lower 90s. Heat index value getting close to the triple digits. For Thursday, sunny and hot, chance of storms late. This will be the hottest of the week. Highs in the mid-90s. Heat index in the triple digits. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Do you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
I think we have a responsibility to follow the truth where it leads and to do it in an unbiased fashion. And I do expect that whether there's a special counsel appointed, which some are suggesting, and or in conjunction with the House investigations, that we will get the answers. And there will be accountability to the extent that we're able to do that, referring people to the DOJ for prosecution and any other measure that is appropriate as we begin to uncover more of the facts.
Does it get tricky at all with the former president, President Obama, looking at what his role in this is and bringing him in for some sort of deposition, potential subpoena?
Well, listen, I mean, we have no concern about that. If it's uncomfortable for him, he shouldn't have been involved in overseeing this, which is what it appears to us has happened.
Yeah, and what happened, Jeff Boggs, basically our own intel community said Russia, they didn't interfere in a meaningful way with the 2016 election, but the Obama administration overrode that, and they set up an entirely different intelligence assessment so they could go with this whole Russia collusion narrative. That was House Speaker Mike Johnson saying Congress may subpoena former President Barack Obama for colluding, if you will, with the intelligence agencies to falsely tie Trump to this Russia collusion thing during the 2016 election. My name is Nigel. Jeff Boggs filling in for Hammer. We will get to the passing of Ozzy Osbourne in just a few minutes here, but basically, and I do have some more audio here I want to play at Trump. Kind of Trump using the T word.
Yeah. I listen, I don't want to start the show off with a hot take.
Yeah, I do.
But I am. I'm going to start with a hot take.
Yeah.
I get the feeling these people do not like President Trump. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think all of these, the Obamas, the Clintons, the Schumers, all these people who had something to do with this ridiculous Russia story, I think they don't like Trump.
But here's what happened. So the National Intelligence Director, yeah, you're absolutely dead on. But Tulsi Gabbard, head of the NID, she said last week she's got the receipts. She's got files. She's got emails, records showing that Obama colluded with these intelligence services to basically undermine Donald Trump and link him to Russia. Here is Donald Trump. He was asked about this earlier today. I think he was in the Oval Office. He even used the T. Listen for the T word.
Who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. And Biden was there with him. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries.
I mean, the T word, treason. I mean, that's something that's executionable.
I think so.
Offense.
You know what happened here? I think it's very clear what happened. The Wall Street Journal last week came out and they said, fine, we're just going to print this fake letter from President Trump to Jeffrey Epstein. That was the moment.
Yep.
You can tell where he's like, you know what? I'm just going to burn it down. Because now, what are we, 5 days later? And he's saying Obama committed treason. So that moment, I think, finally was, I've had enough. I'm sick of listening to other people. Let's roll.
That's, I mean, impeached twice through Congress, when now these emails and this information that Tulsi Gabbard has uncovered, our own intel community saying Russia did not interfere in a meaningful way with the 2016 election, but Obama overrode that and set up some sort of entirely different intelligence assessments so they could go on and push the Russian collusion narrative and undermine Trump's presidency. That's a big deal. Treason is a big word also.
No one's been convicted of treason, I believe, since 1947. Either 47 or...
The Rosenbergs?
Yeah, 47 or 49, which coincidentally, that's when the FBI, I think, was created.
But will anything actually come of this? I mean, so House Speaker Mike Johnson is who, that was the clip at the beginning. I'm not sure if I made that clear. That was Mike Johnson, House Speaker, talking about issuing a subpoena for former President Barack Obama. I would like to at least get these people in front of Congress, in front of these committees, and have them plead the fifth.
Sure.
That's fine. That's probably what they'll all do. But Tulsi Gabbard seems pretty confident, and so does Donald Trump there with what they've uncovered, that the original assessment for Russian interference was negative, and Obama overrode that and set up an entirely different apparatus or assessments so they could go on with this collusion thing. I think this is a big deal, and it's a huge story.
Well, it's a massive story if the president of the United States knowingly spied and put out fake information on the president running.
Yeah, the spying thing with the, send the FBI agent that falsified an email or changed an email so he could get the phony FISA warrants to spy on the Trump campaign, and Carter Page, and using the Steele dossier, which is debunked. It's all coming back around, I think, to smack these guys in the ass.
But so we're going to disagree on something.
Okay.
I know that you are like, I see a lot of this online of conservatives or middle of the roaders who are like, but nothing's going to happen. Anybody who
said
thinks
that before, Hammer and I both agree on that.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you this. Go back to the Wall Street Journal last week. When they printed that letter, they broke some kind of unwritten rule. They all the people who behind the scenes agree with stuff.
You're
Democrats,
talking about the letter with the drawing
to Jeffrey Epstein,
the happy birthday letter.
When something happened with that letter, and I would maybe last week have agreed with you. Oh, nothing will happen to Obama. Just like the people who said nothing will happen with the Epstein files. I think something's changed. I think Trump is Khaleesi on the dragon, burning it down right now. And the fact that Tulsi Gabbard actually had all her ducks in a row when she presented it.
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard, she's not a diehard conservative.
Not at all.
She's smoking hot, but she's not a diehard conservative. She came out and said, I have this. Mike Johnson, who I wasn't a big fan of last year, is like, let's go. And so let's just wait and see, because people also said Trump wasn't going to do the deportations, and he is. People said Trump wasn't going to do the tariffs, and he is. So let's just put a little bit of hope into this that he does.
Trump also said he wasn't going to lock Hillary up after he was elected in 2016. People don't want to see that. That's going to be divisive for the country. And look how they repaid him.
Yeah,
but look how they repaid him.
They went through his wife's underwear drawer.
That may have been something.
See, I thought
before this.
I thought so too. Something happened with that Wall Street Journal thing that set him off, and I'm loving it.
Real quick, we can't gloss over this. We'll touch on this all day. I mean, the Prince of Darkness, the godfather of heavy metal, Ozzy Osbourne, dead at the age of 76. You worked with Ozzy on reality shows. You're a former writer for the Letterman Show. You worked in Los Angeles for a number of years on reality shows. and you worked with Ozzy
a couple times.
And good guy.
He seemed like, okay, he's exactly who he is on camera.
Yeah.
But I got to know the family a little bit. Jack pretty well. But
the family's devastated. I saw their statement.
My heart does go out to them, because it seems like Allison and I were talking before the show. Ozzy's been sick kind of for a decade.
Yeah.
But the fact that he finally passed away is really just
weeks after his farewell show, the last time on stage ever. He did 5 of his solo songs with his guitarist Zach Wilde, and then he got up there with Sabbath and did a full concert, one of the most profitable concerts I think in the history. And I do believe we'll be speaking later with Laura Steele, who is the queen of who's a rock god here.
Oh, cool.
Used to work on this signal actually when it was WNAP 93 WNAP.
What's your what was your go-to Ozzy song?
Man, I like Live and Loud. I like that live album that he put out with the, if you remember, it had like a metal case over it to make it look like a speaker, like a stereo speaker.
Huh.
And so his live album, Mama, I'm Coming Home, and No More Tears.
Oh, okay.
It just killer.
I actually enjoyed Shot in the Dark when it was kind of like a rebirth of Ozzy, and it was the MTV era, and there was something about that song that I thought was cool. But my goodness, he lasted. You look at his career; he's been relevant for 4 decades. That's crazy.
And I'm so glad I got to see them when they were here in 2015 with my brother-in-law.
Did you?
Black Sabbath.
Where were they?
Up at Ruoff.
Oh, cool, man.
Up at Ruoff, and they killed. They killed their original drum. It was everybody except the drummer. It was Tommy Clefetos, who is a kind of a hire gun for hire in the music industry for drummers. But it was killer.
Ozzy's like a celebration, though. It's shocking that he died. It's sad that he died. But there is, at least for me, there's a sense of like, man, let's celebrate that iconic person who affected so many people.
Matt Bear, what is going on with traffic, my man?
All right, fellas, looking at the west side, it's southbound 465. After West 10th Street, that is a crash blocking 2 left lanes, stopping traffic back to I-74 Crawfordsville Road and then to west of 38th Street. So our total delay here is 18 minutes. Also a crash on the exit from southbound 465 to westbound 70. Both shoulders are covered right now. The ramp is open. It's just tricky. Please be careful on making your exit. Again, it's southbound 465 to westbound 70 on the west side. Southbound 6570 downtown. Stop and go traffic north split down to the south split at a crash. East side, Shadeland Avenue at East 21st Street. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Text from Hammer listening. He caught our conversation here. Boggs has way more faith in the congressional committees than I do. I would tend to agree. I mean, Jim Jordan and Comer and all those guys, they come out and they have these Spitfire hot takes and everything in these committees, but nothing's going to happen. I certainly don't think they're going to arrest President Obama.
I think you and Hammer both have your own points of view. I think you're independent. I think you're independent thinkers, but I think there is a push by a lot of people to think the same way, and I do not.
So we were going to do Nigel's Bible quiz again.
Oh, tease
in this segment. So I don't know when we're going to do that. I don't know when we're going to get to that, but it went so well. It went swimmingly the first time.
We have to do it over the next 3 hours.
Okay.
People are calling in. People at church on Sunday came up to me.
Shut up.
A woman came up to me right when I walked into church and said, "You grew up Mormon, didn't you?" Nigel, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Leah came up to me and said,
I said that sarcastically to you Friday on the air.
It wasn't sarcastic, but we'll talk about it.
I was confused. Okay. 85 and sunny at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center on 93 WIBC.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Well, I'm still sore for my last trip to Exercise Inc. on Saturday. I usually go on Thursdays, sometimes on Saturdays. And look, if you thought you were too busy to exercise and be healthy, I felt that way. My wife felt that way when we discovered Exercise Inc. I've been with the program now for years. You show up once a week for your private 20-minute workout. There's no more than 3 other trainers with their clients in there at a time, and it's once a week for 20 minutes. You get the movement, you get the physical exercise, you get the blood pumping through the muscles that your body needs and your body craves. Feel better, you lose weight, you adopt the 9 simple habits you need to follow outside the gym. Your coach will help you with a diet plan and eating habits and routines as well. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. Get the exercise, get the movement your body needs in just 20 minutes once a week at Exercise Inc. ExerciseInc.com. That's ExerciseInc.com, and tell them Nigel sent you.
Indiana summer storms are rolling in, and if you're like me, you're not climbing up on your roof to check for damage. That's why you call Moss Roofing. Family owned. Right here in central Indiana for over 30 years, Moss Roofing gives you something hard to find these days: honest work and peace of mind. They offer free inspections, and I mean a real thorough checkup of your roof, your siding, your gutters, and your windows. If there's storm damage, they'll show you the photos, explain everything clearly and thoroughly, and even work with your insurance company for you. No stress, no pressure, just real professionals doing the job right every single time. Protect your home and avoid bigger problems later. Call Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Family owned, Moss Roofing. 747-3665 or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple, like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country. When you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
Connect with a local divorce attorney today. Text DIVORCE66 to 323232. DIVORCE66 to 323232. 101 West Ohio, Indianapolis.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, Ozzy dead at the age of 76. Just weeks after his final concert over in the UK, where made hundreds of millions of dollars, played 5 solo songs, and then did a set with Black Sabbath. What a way to go out. after a momentous occasion like that, hundreds of millions of dollars. One of the most profitable concerts, I think, ever in the history of that industry.
Was it for charity?
I think it was for charity.
Do you know what charity?
I don't know what charity it was for. But Ozzy dead at the age of 76. My name is Nigel. Jeff Boggs is filling in for Hammer. So Colts training camp is tomorrow.
Yes.
One of the hottest days of the year, I think. The heat indice.
That word.
that damn word. It's going to be like over 100. Are you as excited and as fired up and as pumped up about the Colts as you are, say, maybe as you were the Pacers and their run earlier in the year?
This may be the first year where I haven't heard anything nationally about the Colts. I'm a diehard football guy. I'm a fantasy football, multiple championships of fantasy football.
Yeah.
I know football inside and out. I know the players. I know the rookies. This is the first time I'm going into the season going, I guess. You know, it's like, who is Anthony's shoulder okay? Anthony Richardson.
He's throwing it.
Yeah, they say he's okay, but what happens on the first time he scrambles? Daniel Jones, is he going to be a guy who comes in and is consistent? I don't know. So remember the last 5 years, especially some lovely members of the local media would say, Super Bowl, Matt Ryan looks like Peyton Manning. I think at this point we're just like we're just like, you know what? Win 2 of your first 3 games and I'll get excited. Otherwise, I just get nervous.
Who were some of the quarterbacks? Phillip Rivers was the COVID year, I think.
Yeah, Carson Wentz.
Oh, Carson Wentz, yeah.
Yep.
Boy, he got raked over the coals by local media about the vaccine thing.
That guy, though, he was so good in Philly. Like he was an all-pro quarterback in Philly, and then because he was on my fantasy team, during this game, he's scrambling into the end zone. He dives in the end zone, and somebody tears his knee.
Yeah,
and that was it.
But they still ended up winning the Super Bowl, right, with Foles?
With Nick Foles, yeah.
Yeah, who was also on it.
What was the play?
That was Colts.
They had the famous play, like Eagles right or something. Yeah, Nick Foles was another one. You can name anybody.
Yeah.
The only quarterback we haven't had, I think, is Deshaun Watson for reasons we can't talk about. But listen, I'm psyched about it. We have 2 good new cornerbacks. Tyler Warren as a tight end. He's a
tight end, yeah.
He's a stud. But I feel like fool me 11 times. Shame on you.
All right. Well, and again, the Pacers probably stole some thunder away from the Colts.
Pacers lost to the Thunder. But yes.
I see what you did there.
We have fun with words.
All right. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Lately, the market has been making some big moves, and not all in the right direction. If you've been watching the numbers and wondering what it all means for your retirement, you're not alone. At Howard Bailey Financial, we plan for times like this. The truth is, a volatile day on Wall Street can feel a lot different when you're getting closer to retirement. That's why right now is the right time to take a fresh look at your portfolio, and Howard Bailey can help. Are you taking on more risk than you realize? Are you diversified in a way that makes sense for where you are in life? Find out today with the help of our free Market Volatility Guide. Visit retirewithpurpose.com to download your free guide and learn more about what market shifts may mean for you. That's retirewithpurpose.com. Together, let's make sure your plan is built to weather whatever comes next. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Hey, my Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating is out of this world. It was an old garage floor, cracked, uneven, and stained. And the guys from Galaxy Concrete Coatings came in and changed it within a day. It's stronger hold. The color's not going to fade. Easy to clean. 4 times as strong. And they don't use that epoxy stuff either. What they use is polyurea. It's much better. And in fact, I love the job they did so much in my garage. Had them back out a couple of weeks ago to do the utility room concrete in my basement. So whether it's your garage, basement, pool deck, any indoor-outdoor area concrete, don't do anything until you've seen and checked out GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com or give them a call, 751-9070.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A tragedy involving someone popular. Sunny and 85 degrees in the Circle City. 66 is the low tonight. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:31. Classic rock and metal legend Ozzy Osbourne has died. He was 76, and his death was just 2 weeks after his last appearance on stage with the metal band Black Sabbath. A person is accused of bringing a woman to a trailer home in Houston, Texas. She was kept in there for days. Here's Fox's Brooke Taylor.
She told deputies that she was locked inside of a closet, didn't have food or water, and was sexually assaulted. Now, at one point, she tried to escape, and what happened next was caught on a neighbor's doorbell footage. The woman screams for help as she's carried back to the trailer she tried to run away from. The neighbor called 911, and when deputies found her inside of a nearby trailer, she told them she was brought to Houston from New York and promised to get better pay as a masseuse before her passport was taken and she was abducted. According to ICE, he illegally came into the U.S. from Honduras in 2020, was given a notice to appear after a traffic stop, but in 2023, an immigration judge decided to just dismiss the case.
And the suspect was arrested and faces several criminal charges. You'll want to be aware of the heat this week in Indiana.
Yeah, we're going to a much warmer pattern. We have a heat advisory across western Indiana. Really covers all the way north to south on the western half of the state, just west of Indianapolis.
Andrew White with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says the heat advisory goes into effect on Wednesday from 2 to 8 p.m. He says the air quality won't be great either. 2 Kroger stores were shut down in Indiana on Monday. One was on Western Avenue in South Bend, and the other was on Johnson Street in Elkhart. Kroger says food that was left over on the shelves had been donated to the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It is 3:34.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9379. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9379. That's 800-575-9379. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
With traffic now, how's it looking out there, Matt Bear?
Eastbound 70 Hancock County stopped for almost 4.5 miles between Mountain Comfort Road and State Road 9. I'm using US 40. I've spoken with Hancock County and NDOT, and we're working on finding out what the issue is. But eastbound 70 is jammed up right now, 4.5 miles from Mountain Comfort Road. That's how long the delay is. Looking at inbound 69 stop and go traffic from 96th Street down to 82nd. Southbound 65, 70 jam. North split to the south by 5-minute construction delay. West side slow on southbound 465 from West 38th Street past 10th Street. That's because of a crash. It's on the left shoulder. We're delayed 6 minutes there. Crash on the east side, Shadewood Avenue at East 21st Street. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Get extended holiday pricing and exclusive savings on LG appliances during the July 4th Encore sale at Grand Appliance. Visit grandappliance.com or your local Grand today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And now here is your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Tonight, mostly clear, lows in the mid to upper 60s. For Wednesday, sunny, hot, and humid. High temperatures in the lower 90s. Heat index value getting close to the triple digits. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
And the Prince of Darkness, godfather of heavy metal himself, Ozzy Osbourne, dead at the age of 76, just weeks after his final performance on stage with Black Sabbath, raising hundreds of millions of dollars for charity. My name is Nigel. That's Jeff Boggs over there filling in for Jason Hammer. There was another celebrity death this week, and it was before Ozzy. I feel like this was kind of the lead story in a lot of news programs is Malcolm-Jamal Warner from the Cosby Show. Theo drowned in Costa Rica at the young age of 54.
I was a huge Theo. Like, I wanted to be Theo Huxtable in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah, I'm younger than him, but, like, I looked up to him, and The Cosby Show is one of my favorite shows of all time. When you watch the pilot episode of The Cosby Show, and at the end of the pilot, when Bill is sitting down with Theo, explaining to him about life, and Theo gives a big speech where he's like, I just wish you'd accept me for who I am and not who you want me to be. And the crowd goes, yay. And then Bill goes, Theo, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. No wonder you get all D's in class. It was genius.
Here, wait, is it part of this? I've got a clip right here, a classic clip from the show.
Oh, sorry.
You expect to get into, son?
Hey, I know.
You know what?
What you gonna say? And it's under control. So, no problem.
Right. How do you expect to get into college with grades like this?
See, I'm not going to college.
Damn right.
I am gonna get through high school and then get a job like regular people.
Regular people?
Yeah, you know, who work in the gas station, drive a bus, something like that.
So what you're saying is your mother and I shouldn't care if you get D's because you don't need good grades to be regular people.
Right.
Yeah, well, I could quote
was that part of it?
I could quote the entire speech, and
Really?
about a minute and a half later is what I did. Yeah, he's so good. Bill is so good in that, but of course we can't say that anymore because he had some problems with women. We found out
Problems? You mean sexually assaulting them, or they were passed out? Is that?
I guess that would fall.
What you mean by
that would
problems?
fall under the definitions. But Theo, Malcolm-Jamal Warner was such a big part of the 80s. And you look at The Cosby Show, and it's yet another part of this stuff that we grew up with that is kind of tarnished, which is so weird. But I was very sad. He actually drowned in Costa Rica. Tom Green has a place right by where he drowned, and Tom almost drowned.
What is going on with the current? Was it Riptide?
Yeah,
the current.
He got pulled out.
How does that happen? We were down in Miramar last fall break, and red flags out all over the place with the rip. It scares the crap out of me.
It's a terror. Have you ever been in one?
No, but there's signs all over the place on how to try to kind of angle swim sideways to get out of a riptide. It's an undercurrent that pulls you under.
Yeah, I had one in Newport Beach once.
You did?
Oh my goodness, it's terrifying. I was there with some friends, and what's terrifying is you're 10 feet away from land, and I'm out there, and I'm not gonna lie, we had some drinks, but all of a sudden you feel it, and it starts. it's slow at first. You're just like, is there a vacuum pulling my feet out to the
that what it
ocean?
feels like? Yeah.
And I am digging into sand trying to get I'm like, hey, Trevor, help. And he's laughing. And I'm like, no, for real. I don't want to get sucked out to Catalina. But it's terrifying. Malcolm-Jamal wasn't able to get out. His friend, His friend is in critical condition too, who was with him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, just terrifying.
And reportedly, Bill Cosby, deeply affected by the sudden death of Malcolm-Jamal Warner, according to his agent, bringing back memories of his son's murder in '97. Were you? I remember Cosby going on Letterman after his son was murdered. What were the circumstances of that murder? Was it a robbery or was it a robbery?
It was weird. It was under an overpass, right by Westwood. Overpass people use. And you're just like, I guess his son was parked in the car, and a Russian man kind of came up and shot him. So,
but were you there at Letterman when Cosby came on after his son's death?
I wonder what year that was.
It was '97.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
And
it
like,
well.
and it was because a horrible tragedy had just happened to this man and his family, and he goes on Letterman and just starts. He looks at Letterman and he goes, "You want to? What was his name? Ennis."
Theo. Oh, his son, Ennis.
His son, yeah,
Ennis.
Was that his son? And and so he just sits down with Dave. Dave looks at him and he goes, "How you doing?" And Bill goes, "Let's talk about Ennis."
Wow.
And he started, and I'll never forget it because I watched it live. Just started talking about not happy memories of his son and things like that. So I think he thought probably maybe Malcolm-Jamal Warner as a son as well.
I'm sure he did. And that moment, my goodness, pre-scandal Dave and Cosby. It was so innocent then. But and he also did the Hello Friend. That was his. I think that's his appearance. He started for his son Ennis. I believe the charity was called Hello Friend. That was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that was a big thing that they did.
Meghan Markle's Netflix series With Love, and you've worked in this industry, the reality show industry. So she's got something called With Love, Meghan. Do you know what this is, Allison, on Netflix?
Is it some kind of cooking show or something?
Yeah. Apparently it's flopped hard after struggling to attract enough viewers, unable to crack the top 300 shows on that platform.
Top 300? How do they even keep? What's 298?
Well, look, they've had 5.3 million viewers for Meghan's show globally since it debuted on March 4th, failing to break into Netflix's top 300 shows. It ranks number 383.
So 382 was what? Pauly Shore gets a colonoscopy? Is a special like that? I mean, how in the world do you get 383 when you're Princess Meghan Markle? I don't understand it at all. I don't trust the top. On Netflix when they show you the top 10, I don't trust those are the most viewed because I think sometimes they are promoted.
You don't think so?
No, but how in the world do you do 383? I got to see a list of
what's Meghan Markle. Nobody likes her. I mean, Harry picked his spouse over the family, and nobody liked her. She was great in Suits.
She was good in Suits. That's the only reason I watched Suits.
The only reason I know about it is because Hammer watched it. And he told me about it.
That was the 100%. The only reason I watched that show was because a clip I saw of Meghan Markle.
But at another cooking show, a reality show, you're a guy that worked in the reality TV business.
I don't think we need it. Once Trisha Yearwood got a cooking show, I was like, I think we're done. I think that's good. Meghan Markle, what she used to be on a very popular reality game show.
Oh, Millionaire?
Deal or No Deal.
Deal or
Suitcase
No Deal.
Girl.
Yeah.
She was Suitcase Girl for Deal or No Deal. And my friends and I were at a Kenny Chesney concert when she was Suitcase Girl. And her and some friends, and we were all at this Kenny Chesney concert. And I think I went up to her and was like, "Hey," and she looked at me like I had syphilis. I don't know if she was super nice.
I believe you.
I don't know if she was super nice.
I actually believe you. Coming up next, we're going to talk to Laura Steele, who is a longtime radio personality in the city, worked in rock radio all her life. We'll talk about the life and death of Ozzy Osbourne. That's coming up next. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show. Yeah, Hammer and I were talking about how sometimes dealing with home service contractors can be frustrating, late for appointments, delays. That's why we want to talk to you about a roofing contractor that does things the right way. They take care of you while they're taking great care of your roof. That's Victor's Home Solutions. And as a matter of fact, Hammer's already had him out to his house.
Yeah, Nigel, I had Henry from Victor's come by my house, got up on the roof, took videos, took pictures, spoke with me. And if you want to have the same experience, if you want the free 21-point roof inspection, free, just call 866-VICTORS. That's it. No pressure to buy anything right now. Just schedule that free 21-point roof inspection with Victors. 866-VICTORS, or go online to victors.com. I'm telling you, these guys are the best in the business. I've seen it firsthand. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
You into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text Rocky to 369-369. That's ROCKY to 369-369. Rocky to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has greenlighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Pro USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-554-3122. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Pro USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-554-3122. 800-554-3122. That's 800-554-3122.
Of course I love my parents, I really do, but often felt angry with them because I was always screaming so they could hear me on the telephone. All that has changed thanks to the CapTel phone from Relay, Indiana. We're so much better off because now my parents can read what I'm saying on the CapTel caption telephone. Our conversations are pleasant because through voice recognition technology, my words appear to them on an easy-to-read screen right on the telephone. Thanks, Relay Indiana.
Learn more at RelayIndiana.com.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick. Destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars July 31st at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. And Saturday, August 2nd at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com. Buying a diamond has changed. There are mined and lab-grown diamonds. Pierce Jewelers carries both. Pierce can educate you and save your hard-earned money. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Think of it as WIBC on 2x speed. Big opinions, great moments, and just enough chaos. The WIBC Mashup Podcast brings it all together in one fast, fun listen. New episode each weekday. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
Matt Bear, what's going on with traffic?
What's up, Nigel? Looking in Hancock County, it's eastbound 70 that's jammed from Mount Comfort Road, at least a mile after Mount Comfort Road, almost to Fort Mill Pike. This is a jam of about 5 miles right now, so I'm definitely using US 40 instead. Again, that's eastbound 70 loaded after Mount Comfort Road for about 5 miles. Westbound 70 slows at Rural into the north split. Southbound 6570 stopped from the north split to the south split because of construction. It's an 8-minute delay. Inbound 65 stop and go 29 to Meridian Penn, delayed 5 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic Harding Street into the south split at a crash. East side Shadeland Avenue at 21st Street. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
84 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, 93 WIBC.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Ozzy Osbourne passing away at the age of 76. The Prince of Darkness just finishing up his last concert a few weeks ago with Black Sabbath. I think he did like 5 solo songs with Zakk Wylde when he was solo, his guitar player. Zakk, just a killer guitar player.
Oh, yeah.
And then did a set with Black Sabbath. What a way to leave the world to raise all hundreds of millions of dollars. We don't know the cause of death yet. He's been in poor health for some time. Jeff Boggs is filling in for Hammer. We'll go to the hotline and bring on a really good friend of the show. Haven't talked to her for a while. The queen of rock and roll here in Indy and across the country. Laura Steele has worked in rock radio all of her life. Laura, you worked on this signal for a while back in the day, didn't you?
The Buzzard.
The Buzzard. It was the Steel and was it Steel and
Beaver?
Beaver.
The Steel and Beaver show. I was Steel, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Who is Beaver?
Chris Beaver.
Chris Geisen.
Oh, Chris Geisen. Yeah.
Chris Beaver.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you, I mean, I don't. Boggs said he was shocked that Ozzy had passed away. I guess I didn't, like, after the concert, I thought everything was good. He was just going to go back to being Ozzy and shuffling around, and I don't know what kind of health he was in, but tell me your thoughts on the passing of the Prince of Darkness.
Well, I've had a lot of phone calls, including friends in the industry over the last hour or so, and one of the first calls I got was from a friend. She's in rock radio as well, and she's like, was this, did we know this was going to happen? I mean, even Sharon and the kids had talked about, it's kind of his final farewell to his fans and a thank you to his fans and his bandmates and other rockers. The timing is interesting. I'm not suggesting anything. I don't know what his situation was health-wise. Obviously, he has Parkinson's.
Yes.
He's dealt with a lot of injuries. He had a terrible, was it ATV accident or an injury? Yeah, he's been. This rocker has really defied. I mean, he has had a lot of troubles. I mean, starting with when he was young, he had dyslexia, and that was a real battle for him. I don't know what the situation was. We'll find out, I'm sure, in due time with Sharon and the kids. Will let us know. But wow, having it happen 2 weeks after such a really magical moment for Ozzy and his bandmates of Black Sabbath, and again, other bands like Metallica and Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
All of these epic rockers getting together, and when he came out on that stage, and though he was sitting, which we know some rockers at this point have to do that, sadly, Phil Collins being one of them as well, but it was really quite magical. I don't know if he had been hanging on, if something was wrong. I'm curious to know if you said you thought that everything was fine. I kind of did too. I kind of did too, but then now that I've talked to my friend and a few other people, I'm like, wow, was this a real goodbye?
He lived
Nigel?
a rock star's life, man. Like, he lived hard, and I think he sobered up there for a long time, and I feel like there was a moment where he fell off the wagon and then got back on. But man, stories of snorting ants off the sidewalk with Motley Crue and biting the head off a bat. I mean, he was a bona fide this is no
crazy guy.
I was going to say rock star, But I think he embodied that persona for sure.
Tommy Lee talks about in the book The Dirt. I don't know if you guys read.
I've read The Dirt. Yeah,
I've read part. Yeah, I always start a book, I never finish it, so I'll get back to
Tommy Lee's description of Ozzy, because he was on tour with him, and I believe it was at the Alamo where he snorted the ants. Tommy Lee's like, we're crazy, but this guy was next level.
No, I think he's totally next level.
Next level. He got banned from San Antonio allegedly. My brother-in-law is telling me this right now. He got banned.
He peed on the Alamo.
He peed on the Alamo, and they wouldn't let him back in San Antonio for a decade. He was wearing Sharon's dress.
Banned.
He was banned for. Okay.
I remember that, yeah.
He and Charles Barkley are banned from San Antonio for doing bad things.
Oh, my goodness.
Laura Steele is on the hotline here with us. So, I mean...
Hey, Nigel, hey, hang on a second.
Yeah.
First time I've been on the radio in months in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I
so
know.
Thank you very much.
I know. We miss you here.
It's been a long time since I've been on Indie Airwaves, so thank you for bringing me back into the radio world on this sad day, unfortunately, talking about Ozzy. But
we got about a minute left here, Laura. When we talk signature songs from Ozzy, what are we talking here?
Paranoid. I mean,
you think it's Paranoid with Black Sabbath?
I think that's the first one I think of. I mean, I have my favorites. I love Sweet Leaf. I won't give you reasons why.
The way he starts coughing at the beginning of the song. Yeah.
And I like NIB as well. But I would say, Crazy Train is obviously the first one that comes to mind. But there are really so many good ones. You know, the one that's really speaking to me right now is See You on the Other Side.
There it is.
Go listen to that today. It is really Ozzy doing a ballad. It's a ballad, and it's.
Hey, Laura, where can people find you and still listen to you real quick?
Okay, here we go. I'm on Twitter/X at Real Laura Steele. There was a fake one. She was a Cher impersonator, and she was actually a he. So I'm Real Laura Steele. And then I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is Laura Steele Media.
Laura, let's get you back on the radio here in Indy real soon, okay?
What a pleasure to talk to you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, and long live rock and roll and the music of Ozzy Osbourne.
It's a Hammer and Nigel show.
Matt Bear here for Trajan Wealth. Trajan Wealth, I put my retirement in the hands of Trajan Wealth. I'm more than satisfied with my decision. Yeah, and they listened. Yes, they put together a financial portfolio designed for my retirement goals only, not someone else's. The difference I found is how they treated me like family. Okay, no high-pressure sales, just conversation on how to achieve my retirement goals, my visions for the future. Call for your first appointment. It's free, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan, they're about low expenses, manager tenure, and tax efficiency. It's very Hoosier. These philosophies are built into the core, their foundation. You'll be able to tell for sure. Call today and learn more. 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. 317-480-4040. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
The deals at Andy Moore Ford just keep on coming. The red, white, and new sales event. Get independence from car payments with no payments for 3 months and enjoy your freedom in the new Ford F-150 Super Crew or that absolutely amazing Ford Mustang with 0% APR financing for 48 months. Save $15,000. That's $15,000 off MSRP on new 2024 F-150s or Expeditions, or buy a new Ford Super Duty truck for under $40,000. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield is your spot for all the Super Duty trucks. They've got 175 trucks to choose from right there on the lot at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. And with more to your door, simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver it to your door. Andy Moore Ford, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at andymoreford.com. That's MOHR. AndyMooreFord.com.
Pat Sullivan here with an offer from my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling that you don't want to miss. For a limited time, Hope Plumbing will buy back your old air conditioning unit for up to $1,500 with the purchase of a complete heating and cooling system. It's time to call them if you're hot. Don't wait for the next heat wave to be caught sweating at home. Act now before the offer ends. Stay cool and call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Coming up in 2 minutes, that is all from the Technology Recycler Studios. What the weather will have to offer for you this week across the state. A virus that someone caught that was caught by nearly a dozen last year, and what a man is facing for what he did. You'll hear about this right after Fox News. You are listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it is now 4 o'clock.
They're calling it a weak attempt at distraction. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's part of how former President Obama's office is responding after President Trump accused Obama of treason over efforts to undermine his 2016 campaign and first presidency.
President Trump says it's time to start going after people following a report from his director of national intelligence about the genesis of the Russia election interference case.
Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard alleges a treasonous conspiracy was committed by high-level government officials in 2016 and has referred evidence, she says, to the Justice Department.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. A statement just out from the former president's office says nothing in the newly released document undercuts the, quote, widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 election but did not successfully manipulate any votes. Ozzy Osbourne has died. His family says the British rock legend was surrounded by family and love. He had revealed a battle with Parkinson's disease in 2020 and just performed a farewell show, reunited with his Black Sabbath bandmates and sitting on a throne just over 2 weeks ago.
He's considered a pioneer in heavy metal music, forming the band Black Sabbath, which included the hits like Iron Man, Paranoid, War Pigs, and Crazy Train. He was fired from the band in 1979 for issues surrounding substance abuse, as well as showing up to rehearsals late, missing shows entirely. He eventually reemerged for a solo career.
Fox's Jeff Paul. The Osbourne family also went on to have a reality TV show. Ozzy Osbourne was 76. President Trump announcing new trade deals with the Philippines and Indonesia, but a mixed finish on Wall Street. The Dow up 179. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What you have to look out for on Wednesday. It's 85 degrees and sunny on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. A heat advisory is going into effect soon in Indiana. John Herrick reports.
From Wednesday, starting at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon and ending around 8, the western portions of Indiana will be under a heat advisory because the heat index values will be in the triple digits.
One other thing to be concerned with in the Indianapolis area and points to the east is there's also an air quality advisory in effect.
Andrew White is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
So we're expecting some high levels of ozone near the surface, which could cause issues for those people that are a little more sensitive to air quality issues.
Then he expects there to be rain again on Thursday into Friday. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
For the first time in 2025, a person in Indiana has contracted the West Nile virus. The Indiana Department of Health said Tuesday that the person with West Nile virus is in Vanderburgh County, but they are not going to say anything else about the patient with the virus to protect their privacy. West Nile virus is primarily transmitted by mosquitoes, and mosquitoes in 15 counties across the state have the virus. To prevent mosquito-borne diseases like this one, the department recommends that you use insect repellent and wear protective clothing, among other things. Shots fired outside an Indianapolis bar, and now a man faces charges for firing his weapon. Ryan Hedrick reports.
A man was charged with murder on Tuesday after a shooting outside a Southside Indianapolis bar on July 17th. Jeremy Dillingham was found shot in the parking lot of the Mucky Duck Bar and later died at the hospital. People at the bar in video showed Caden Douglas as the person who shot Dillingham. People told police that Douglas used racial slurs during the shooting. Douglas said that he had been drinking and had a loaded gun, but says he acted in self-defense. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the Neil Armstrong Space Prize is a new award from Purdue University that was announced Sunday in D.C. at the National Building Museum. It commemorated the 56th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission, where Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. Purdue President Mung Chang says they're working to make the university a continued leader in space engineering and exploration.
When you look up to the starry nights every night, now and forward, you will know that there's always out there in space a small part that is forever human, forever American, and forever Boilermaker.
And the prize will be given out in 2026. Traffic and weather next. It's 4:04.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Race Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Raise Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
With traffic at 4:05. How's it going, Matt Bear?
Yeah, Jake, looking at the Northwood, it's northbound 65. Crash, left lane blocked right about Meridian Street, and traffic is slow to the Northwood. Westbound 70 dragging into the split from Rural Street, and then southbound 65, 70 jam. Northwood down to the Southwood because of construction and delayed 6 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go after Harding. Into the South Split West Side, southbound 465. That's stop and go traffic, I-65 down to West 10th Street. East side crash on the exit from eastbound 72 Post Road. This is a vehicle fire. It looks like the fire is out with the right shoulder blocked at the exit ramp. You can get by. And on the east side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic from I-70 down to Washington Street. Traffic sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. Feel the thunder as the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series hits the Rana Dragway. Milan, July 23rd to 26th. Get tickets at IHRA.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear, not too bad for tonight with lows in the mid-60s. Wednesday will kickstart a daily stretch of miserable conditions with highs in the low 90s, with dew point values rising into the low to mid-70s. Peak heat indices will be in the mid-90s to even low 100s to our west. Heat advisories could be extended into Indianapolis by tomorrow. We're also going to have the same trend continue through Thursday. Matter of fact, Thursday's the worst of the heat with highs possibly in the mid-90s and peak heat indices anywhere up to 105 to 110. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
So, absolutely nothing is going to come of this Epstein stuff. President Trump ordering the Justice Department / Pam Bondi to produce relevant grand jury testimony. Supposedly, because of this was a response to pressure and allegations, that disputed letter to Epstein published in the Wall Street Journal. Jeff Boggs is filling in for Hammer. What was this letter again?
Supposedly a letter from Trump to Jeffrey Epstein on his birthday in the 90s.
And Trump drew like
a naked lady, but
he sketched it with a pen.
And the letter was printed, but it was Trump's signature. It was so fake. I mean, it was ridiculously fake.
And the White House somehow has a picture of this. They didn't even publish the evidence.
This is the whole thing. And I know, Nigel, you and Hammer are like, nothing's going to happen. And I'm like, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. You have to give Trump a little bit of credit a couple weeks ago for, I hated his approach to the Epstein files. You know that. I was on the air with you. And I'm like, I hate the move on. I hate acting like people are still talking about that. That was BS. But what I don't hate is the fact that he was very clear in saying a lot of the stuff in those files is bogus and it's going to come out and no one's going to know what to think. And then lo and behold, the Wall Street Journal did it for us. They're like, well, here is a shocking... CNN's still talking about it like it's a story. That's why nobody watches CNN. But Trump is saying there's going to be stuff like this in there that maybe they put in after he got elected. So who's going to know what to believe at this point?
There's a big breaking news talking about AG Pam Bondi, who was asked to unseal the Epstein grand jury files. Mm-hmm. The court has just issued a response saying that Pam... I'm just going to call her Pam.
Sure.
I mean, she's the attorney general, but, Pam, she's Pam to me. She needs to give specifics, including they want to know transcripts. What do they want to unseal? They need statements from the victims who would be impacted by the release. But all that doesn't matter because the big headline on Drudge Report right now, first of all, there's a picture of Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, it looks like Trump has his hand kind of around Bill Clinton's crotch.
Yeah, that's great.
Go to Drudge Report. Just go to drudgereport.com and look at the picture. And just tell me.
I haven't been there in 10 years. Let me see if I still remember how to get there.
Yeah, I stopped going there during COVID. Then I went back, and then it's changed quite a bit. But the big red headline is House shutting until September to block Epstein vote. You dig deeper into those headlines. Are you looking at the picture?
Come on. Okay, they're obviously in a moment having fun, and Trump looks like he's about to rack Bill Clinton. And who among us hasn't done that with people?
The ball tap?
The ball tap,
with
yeah.
Your buddies. But the big red headline, what's that red headline say there on the Drudge?
Is this real? House shutting until September? They don't work anyway, so I don't see how
but they're shutting early. House Speaker Mike Johnson said there's not going to be a vote before Congress August recess on a resolution regarding to release the Epstein files.
See, I have trouble separating why do we need Congress to say that a judge can release court documents pertaining to the Epstein files?
Dude, we're getting into the weeds here. I don't know, but I just know that they don't. And then Thomas Massey is trying to put out something. They're Trump and Massey are feuding again about this whole thing.
Ron DeSantis a year ago said, and I know people, it's a lightning rod. People get so mad. Ron DeSantis clearly said, I'm going to unseal the grand jury testimony from West Palm Beach, my state, and it never happened. So it seems like no one can get this out.
Okay, so is it, what do they call it, Occam's razor? The
simplest solution is usually right.
Is there anything there? I mean, the White House.
What's your Occam's razor?
There's no client list, and that Epstein committed suicide, and he wasn't suicided.
I don't believe that. I believe there is a list. I mean, there's not a Word document list, but they obviously have tons and tons of evidence.
So we all trust.
Was it destroyed? Is the question. If they don't have it, they don't have it.
So we all trusted Dan Bongino, the deputy FBI director. We all trusted Kash Patel. We all trusted Trump. I think it's a mischaracterization that Trump campaigned on releasing the Epstein list. I don't think he did that.
And I don't like when people say he talked about it all the time because they have trouble finding it. There's one interview where he alludes to it, but you can even tell that's not his main thing. His main thing is immigration, the economy, and maybe stop World War III. So I'm not holding, but Dan Bongino was someone who made a lot of money talking about this. So I don't know. Occam's razor is, I think, they can't find the evidence, and Hillary Clinton killed Epstein in a cell. That's my Occam's razor.
My favorite, did we talk about this yesterday, Allison? I can't remember the Coldplay concert where the CEO was caught canoodling and embracing his HR director, right? And then
I've heard
they got
story.
caught, and then the best is they've replaced it with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Right. Donald
Trump is behind Hillary Clinton at the concert, and he's got his arms around her, and the camera shows him. It's just so funny.
I made an entry into that like everyone else online.
Yeah.
I thought mine was hilarious.
I didn't see it.
I thought it was going to go viral. I'm like, this is so smart. It was in the picture, the cut and paste.
Yes.
It was Richard Gere holding a large gerbil. And I posted it, and like sometimes I get millions of views on something, and when I hit send, I'm like, this is gonna go big. This is gonna drive the internet crazy. And then I check back about 15 minutes later, and I'm like, 11 retweets.
Oh my god! No, I didn't even see it.
It's a perfect picture.
I follow you, obviously, both of my personal account and Hammer and Nigel.
Oh, you follow me on your personal? I didn't think you did. Are you sure you do?
Yeah, I do.
If I checked right now, it would say follow?
Yes.
That's weird because it didn't a couple days ago. Anyway, Richard Gere holding a medium-sized gerbil, and I thought everyone would love it. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. So.
Oh, man, that one hit me just right there, man. I have not seen that. We will retweet that as soon as possible. Mad Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, check it out. A crash, Nigel. Northbound 65 at Meridian Street downtown. Crash on the left shoulder. This has a slow back to rural on westbound 70. On the east side of vehicle fire, it's eastbound 70 going to Post Road. The ramp is open. A little tricky right now. Northbound 465 stop and go from 70 up to East 56. The southbound lane's tight from East 56 down to Washington Street. Eastbound 70 stop and go from West Street into the south split, and southbound 65-70 jammed from the north split to the south split, delayed 13 minutes because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
I do want to give a quick shout out to the Brownsburg Little League 12-year-old boys. They won the state championship today in South Bend. So those guys, those kids are going to play in the regionals in Whitestown, I think, sometime, maybe tomorrow morning or later this week. And that's their road to the Little League World Series. So congratulations to Brownsburg Little League boys. And special shout out to number 22, my neighbor's nephew. Congratulations, guys. Now, as far as at your social media account at Not Kenny Rogers, I'm looking. You just showed me the.
It's an awkward way to follow up. Congratulations to the Brownsburg Little League team.
I'll figure it out later. Yeah. I'll figure it out later. 85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center on 93 WIBC.
Tired of using your Indy Summer to paint year after year? Then do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And right now, you can have that protection for 10% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has greenlighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at TaxPro USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-554-3122. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call TaxPro USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-554-3122. 800-554-3122. That's 800-554-3122.
Indianapolis was built for speed, electricity, and nonstop action. So was Live Golf. So where better to crown a new individual champion? Leading the pack, Rahm, DeChambeau, and Neiman. But only one can be the victor. So be at Chatham Hills August 15th to 17th as Live Golf gets even louder. With a doubleheader concert from Riley Green and Jason Derulo. Tickets are already flying out of the gate. Hurry and grab yours now at livegolf.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Bill Estes Ford is your neighborhood truck dealer. And right now, during the Ford Summer Sales Event, we've got an amazing deal you won't want to miss. 0% APR, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days. That's 3 big zeros, which adds up to 0 excuses not to drive home in a new Ford today. Every day is truck day. Go anywhere, do anything in a new F-150, starting at just $46,295. Bill Estes Ford, online at BillEstesFord.com.
Stock BFP 250444. OEC. See dealer for details.
Fill your tank. Don't drain your wallet. Sam's Club lets you save time at the pump with Scan and Go checkout at Sam's Club fuel stations. Just scan the QR code on the pump and pay. Visit your local Sam's Club today.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed. It's a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search. If you got any money floating around out there, check it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Jeff Boggs filling in for Hammer. Let me throw this at you. This is weird, man. A collegiate summer baseball game in Silver Spring, Maryland had to be canceled after a firefighter sprayed a fire hose all over the field during the game because he was upset a ball hit his car. Ooh. The ball field is located next to the fire station. Here are members of the Thunderbolts team and then the apology from the fire and rescue.
Took about 10 minutes to get the hose off, and by then the field was basically already underwater.
Just seeing your dreams get crushed with all that water was kind of unreal.
Pretty disappointing. We're already not going to be able to play the full amount of games that we wanted to this summer. Last night stunk.
We just want to apologize not only to the teams that were involved, but to the league, the players, and more importantly, the fans that were here. The fact that the game had to be canceled, so we apologize for that.
So there's an investigation as to whether or not there was a crime committed. The firefighter is under investigation and suspended. Is this anything?
I mean, isn't that, what was it, Bull Durham or Major League, where they flooded the field so they didn't have to play the game? Like they intentionally flooded the field the night before. I think it was Kevin Costner in Bull Durham. That was the way they took the day off. So I'm shocked. I'm shocked to hear the players. I mean, the guy was hamming it up a little bit. The one player who said it crushed our dreams. That seemed a little drastic for this. A ball hit the firefighter's personal car, I assume.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, it hit his car, but then he went and got the fire hose and ruined the game. Like, what a baby.
It is,
I mean,
but if you're
got
gonna
insurance, okay, bud?
Okay, I would rather
Safe Light. Safe Light repair, Safe Light replace.
I would rather him. It's something, and here's why: the fact that he took the time to get it. Oh no, it had to have been the fire truck. He got his hose, went to the field, and started flooding the field.
A crime.
Did no one bring it? Could no one have taken him down in the time it took to flood the field? What was this? There seems to be some elements missing from this story.
Very bizarre story.
I love it. I wish they had video of it. I would love to watch this. It's like Michael Douglas in Falling Down. He snapped.
Yeah.
It's just instead of shooting people, he flooded a AA baseball field.
A pilot flying a Delta Airlines regional jet Friday apologized to his passengers in the middle of the flight after making a hard turn to avoid colliding with a B-52 bomber. The Air Force confirmed that the bomber was assigned to conduct a flyover over North Dakota State Fair. It was not happening roughly. It was happening roughly around the time the Delta flight was coming into land in Minot. I have relatives in Minot, North Carolina.
Interesting.
Here's the pilot and his announcement to his passengers after the hard left and right and maneuvers he was making in the air.
There's no radar here, so the tower realized that the spacing wasn't going to work, and he said, turn right. And I looked over, and there was an airplane, which is supposed to be on the right-hand side. I thought it was a small airplane. He said, turn right. I said, there's an airplane over there, and he says, turn left, and then went over and saw the airplane that was coming on a converging course with us. Sorry about the aggressive maneuver. It caught me by surprise. This is not normal at all. I do apologize for it. Not a fun day.
Wow. They start clapping for him. Are you clapping for the pilot if you're on that flight? Are you? Is this anything?
I think it's something. Can I tell a quick story? Do we have a second?
Yeah, of course.
We were shooting an episode of the Tom Green Show in Roswell, New Mexico. We were going down there to find aliens, and so we flew from New York City into Albuquerque, and then we took a small plane from Albuquerque down to Roswell. While we were on the plane from Albuquerque to Roswell, the pilot, young guy, was freaking out that Tom Green was on his plane. He was a big Tom Green fan. There were 6-7 people on the plane. So we get up in the air. It's a 32-minute flight. And we start trying to get the pilot. It's like, can you do any stunts while we're flying? This is Delta Airline, private, small plane. He goes,
stunts?
We're like, could you do a barrel roll or something? And he was a big Tom Green fan. He did some evasive maneuvers in the air. He didn't flip the plane, nothing like that. But he definitely, we were going, like when I saw this story, that's what I thought of.
Oh, my God.
We land in Albuquerque, and somebody got off the plane. They assumed it was the entire Tom Green production. It wasn't. It was an individual who had nothing to do with our show. He got off the plane, and he looked at the pilot, and he goes, I'm suing your ass. And I don't know what happened to it, but when he was doing these maneuvers in the air, you could feel it. Like, it was definitely moving. So these people who were in a larger plane, seeing they jerked pretty. I don't know if you've seen the video inside the plane. It was a pretty good move.
Yeah, but they were trying to avoid a B-52 military aircraft.
Right, so that pilot was doing his job. This pilot in my story, I assume may have gotten fired. So, but kudos to that pilot. Definitely something. Thankfully, those planes didn't collide.
It's a Hammer and Nigel show. Mark Dietel and his team, the only local real estate experts I'd trust with the sale of my home, the only real estate expert I'd trust to help my family out. Here's what Kevin and Angela in Greenwood had to say. The big home was too much, and it was time for Dad to move into a maintenance-free community, but we needed cash from the home to fund the change. We reached out to Mark Dietel, and his team helped us the entire process, from selling his belongings, prepping the home for maximum value, went on the market and sold for $5,000 over asking in less than 7 days.
Mark Dietel is the only real estate agent that we recommend and that we trust on our show, because Mark Dietel, he comes with the guarantee. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today, 317-755-4232, or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with a free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Rest in peace, Osbourne. Right now, you've got a sunny sky, and it's now 86 degrees in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:31. Ozzy Osbourne was a heavy metal legend. He died at 76 years old after surgeries that made him retire after touring. Osbourne started off as a lead singer of the metal band Black Sabbath, and he appeared on stage for the last time 2 weeks ago in Birmingham. The cause of the fire at an assisted living center in Massachusetts that killed 10 people is being investigated. Here's Fox's Gernal Scott.
Investigators are focusing in on ways the fire at the Gabriel House in Fall River may have been sparked. Massachusetts Fire Marshal John Davin said there is no evidence of arson, but investigators found in the room of a resident who died 2 possibilities.
Mechanical failure involving the oxygen concentrator. The other was improper use or disposal of smoking materials.
Officials say the cause is still listed as undetermined as the investigation continues. One resident has already filed a lawsuit alleging the facility's safety rules and response procedures were not followed. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Purdue University is launching a new award that honors the first man to walk on the moon. WIBC's Jarrett Lewis reports.
The Neil Armstrong Space Prize is an international award that honors excellence in space discovery and innovation. The new award was announced Sunday in D.C. at the National Building Museum to commemorate the 56th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission, with Armstrong becoming the first person to step foot on the moon. Purdue University President Mung Chiang says they're working to make Purdue a continued leader in space engineering and exploration.
When you look up to the starry nights every night, now and forward, you will know that there's always out there in space a small part that is forever human, forever American, and forever Boilermaker.
The inaugural prize will be given out in 2026. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's time for your WIBC Closing Bell Report. At the closing bell today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average went up by 179 points to 44,502. The S&P 500 gained 4 points to 6,309, and the NASDAQ lost 81 points to 20,892. You are now 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It is 4:33.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us, 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strict.
You've got WIBC traffic at 4:34. Here's Matt Baer.
Northeast side, northbound 465 at East 71st Street. Center lane blocked because of a stall. Traffic jam back to I-70, delayed 22 minutes. East side, southbound 465, stop and go. East 56 to I-74, that's a 17-minute delay. On the northwest side, northbound 465, grinding from 79th up to 865. Crash clear, northbound 65 coming out of the north split, still slow back to rural. Southbound 65, 70 jam. North split to the south split for a 16-minute delay. That's construction. Northbound 65 south side, slow enter Southport Road into 465 again. A construction delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear, not too bad for tonight with lows in the mid-60s. Wednesday will kickstart a daily stretch of miserable conditions with highs in the low 90s, with dew point values rising into the low to mid-70s. Peak heat indices will be in the mid-90s to even low 100s to our west. Heat advisories could be extended into Indianapolis by tomorrow. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jeff Boggs filling in for Hammer, also live in the studio. Special guest, Abdul Hakim-Shabazz, attorney at law, host of Abdul at Large Weekends here on 93 WIBC. And you also do the cheat sheet and indiepolitics.org.
In case you sue people from time to time, or get sued from time to time, too. So.
Right.
And that's my wife.
I wanted to ask you, you had a great article about this weekend in Indy, WNBA weekend, Black Expo weekend. I don't know if you heard yesterday, I had Chief Bailey on and FOP President Rick Snyder on, and both kind of very happy with the outcome of a peaceful weekend. Much, much different tone and tenor than 4th of July weekend when 2 juveniles died. Several shootings across the city there a couple of weeks ago. Tell me about your article, your assessment of what you saw over the weekend and how things have changed from the 4th of July to now.
Actually, it's funny you bring this up, my friend, because I was actually, every morning I get up and check my Facebook memories, because it's actually a really good record of all the nice, crazy stuff I've done over the past 15 years since I've been on Facebook. And I remember seeing back 2010, 2011, we had the Seamus Patton guy who did the shooting by the Indiana Arts Garden.
Oh, yeah.
And all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just sort of the transformation, this time of year from that time when things were just getting really out of control to how they've gotten so much better. And I got to give major kudos to.
You mean during Black Expo?
Yeah, during that second set. Because for the most part, Expo was always fine. It was always that second Saturday night about 9 o'clock. Back in the old days when things got out of control, you had the kids running around uncontrolled.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, people not feeling safe. Fast forward to 2025, whole different ball of wax. Lots of families, lots of well-behaved kids. It was a downtown I fell in love with.
Right, sure.
And the WNBA, so everybody's out having a good time. I mean, obviously you get some of the usual stuff that happens on a Saturday night and down like. Oh, look, there's a drunk homeless guy. Well, what day then? That's the day that ends and why.
Yeah.
But,
you know what, Bailey? Here, I don't want to get sidetracked from your article, but Chief Bailey told me about some guys that got busted on the Circle for selling alcohol.
I was right there.
You're kidding? You saw that?
I was right there when I was like, okay, what's going on over here? It was a guy. I'm not making this up. He's got this cooler in front. Okay, he's selling bottled water, Diet Coke, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bottled water, and it was Diet Coke, but it was also mixed with a bunch of other stuff too, and like these plastic packets.
You're kidding.
But wait, there is more. So an undercover officer goes over. Hey, can I buy some alcohol? So he buys alcohol from. Okay, you're under arrest. And so, by the way, not only is the guy, and by the way, it's 8 o'clock at night, so it's still broad daylight out.
Yeah.
And the cops are like 15 feet away, like on the Circle talking to people. So not only, my friend, does he get caught selling alcohol without a license, in his backpack is a ton of marijuana.
Oh,
in his backpack.
man.
He had a ton of weed in his backpack.
I'm assuming that he was armed as well.
Of course, him and his 4 buddies were also armed too.
Yeah.
So
they all go to jail?
Yes. So you got guns, alcohol, and pot.
So if that's the worst thing that happened over the weekend,
yeah, everything else was fine.
I think it was a successful weekend for
and I don't think there are any curfew violations either, if my memory serves me correctly.
No, Chief said there were no curfew violations. What do they do with the kids? Say there is a curfew violation, but they can't get a hold of the parents. They they detain them in that depot until
they get a hold of a parent or guardian.
So. Oh, but what if they can't? That was what I'm saying. They let them go at like 5 a.m. when the curfew ends.
That I'm not sure about. I do think that the kid basically stays in juvie until the parent comes up.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the weekend. First of all, do you have a tradition that you sit outside Nikki Blaine's?
Yep, work the door.
And you work the door.
Yep.
I mean, do you take money?
Oh, I don't take money. If I take money, I just basically sit there. The bouncers, they take the money and check the IDs. I'm just more like Jane Goodall. I'm just observing.
Okay. All right. And so what changed in your mind? We heard from local officials. We heard from Snyder and Bailey. What changed from 4th of July to this weekend?
I think
in terms of police presence and
I think for a lot of people it got real. It got real fast and real deep and real quick. And also just the mounting pressure, because statistically downtown is the safest neighborhood in the city of Annapolis. However, the perception-wise, because perception becomes reality. And the perception was really starting to turn into the reality. We got the 2 kids shot, teenagers, shot dead on the Circle. You got homeless people over the place. You got businesses, people that don't want to come downtown anymore. And when the business community is like, hey, what the blank is going on around here? When the hot dog guy, right there by where the Starbucks used to be, almost gets into a fight with a homeless guy because the homeless guy is being aggressive, that's when I was like, okay, this is now officially out of control.
And so the messaging from FOP President Snyder, along with the messaging last week from Chief Bailey, hey, we're not your kids' babysitters. Please help us, this weekend. I think there was some controversy when Chief Bailey said the word begging. We're begging you. But do you think, obviously, the messaging worked on some level on top of the police presence that was there?
And also, too, the strict enforcement of curfew. Because I was actually by the Columbia Club on the veranda about 11 o'clock at night, and then there's a police van. You hear over the speaker, it is 11 o'clock. It's curfew.
Oh, they make announcements?
Yeah, it is time to go home. It's like the Fergie song, if you ain't got no money, take your broke home. If you're underage, it's time to go home.
Here's the $1 million question. We asked it yesterday. I want to know what you think. Is that kind of weekend that we had in downtown Indianapolis sustainable?
I would say yes.
And what needs to happen?
First of all, I think part of the reason why it's going to be sustainable is because school starts in a couple of weeks, and so when school starts back up, that kind of mitigates some of those issues. I think the enhanced curfew will work as well. Once again, but it's going to take some changes in state law to make curfew more than just an infraction, because you can't necessarily put somebody in jail for violating curfew. I do think it is sustainable, and I think Indianapolis had its wake up call when those two teenagers got shot and killed. The question is it sustainable in the long term? But see, the thing is, our problem is we have a crisis, we all react, and everything is fine for a few weeks, then we go back to the same old.
But it was different too, because everybody was on call. All the police enforcement, law enforcement was on call. Bailey said nobody had the day off. Yeah. Nobody took off, and there was a heavy presence there. And I think that obviously people seeing that presence felt safe as well.
That too. But I also think is you also had a couple major events. You had Expo, you had the WNBA All-Star Game. So you had a little bit of a different dynamic there taking place. I do think you can scale back, but you got to scale back do it the smart way. Not just we'll go everything's fine, let's go back to normal. Nah, we still got to make some changes. In the way we police downtown.
And you talked to Representative, was it Ireland?
Yeah.
Andrew Ireland, about making some changes on the state level, right?
Andrew he's ambitious. I will give him that.
And then we talked to Representative Michael Young as well.
Yeah. Mike is.
We talked to Hammer and I talked.
Mike is Mike. The problem with what Mike wants to do and what Andrew wants to do is there a bunch of this thing called the Indiana Constitution. Some things you just can't. You can't do unless you change the Constitution, plain and simple. But
what's the gist of what?
Getting rid of the Marion County prosecutor. Well, for what though? Because he's not enforcing law. What do you mean not enforcing the law? Because if I only have so many prosecutors. There's only so much time a day in the court system.
I gotcha.
So, yeah. So it's there's a lot more to it than Alex said. I will give Andrew and Mike credit for helping start the discussion, but the solutions to deal with that are a lot more complicated than 30-second sound bites and 9-minute interviews.
Right on. Well, the other thing I wanted to ask you about was the article about the parent that recorded the teacher. Or the bus driver.
Okay, yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, and so the school district, a parent got into a dispute with a teacher. The teacher started recording the conversation. The parents started recording the conversation. So it's this big thing over when can you record, when you can't record. You can't just ban recording all.
So a parent had a confrontation with a teacher or a dispute, and the parent secretly recorded that conversation, and then what happened?
Yeah, then end up. And so I want to say they're kind of the school corporation, if my memory serves correct, is trying to figure out what to do with all that stuff right now, because you can't just ban it all together because that
what
we're recording a conversation because that goes to First Amendment. What you can do is sort of the time and place for that type of thing. My thing is this: I don't so much blame the parent for recording the conversation. If I'm the school district, I want to know what happened that made the recording necessary to begin with, and let's go beyond the act of the parent recording. What happened beforehand, or what has his parents interacted with our school district been beforehand that the parent felt they needed to record the conversation?
And then the district banned the parent from campus.
Yes,
as well, right?
Yeah, and that's a whole nother.
And that's going to get sued. You could read. I thought it was a very interesting article. You could read all about that and much, much more at indypolitics.org. Abdul Hakim-Shabazz, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Hey, thank you for not shooting anybody today.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show. Dealing with home service contractors can be frustrating, whether it's missed appointments, sloppy workmanship, or just a general sense of indifference about helping you. Frustrating hardly describes that experience, Hammer.
And that's why we want to welcome a new advertiser to the Hammer and Nigel family, somebody you're going to be hearing quite a bit about in the coming months, Victor's Home Solutions.
Victor's installs the highest quality roofs available for your home, and they take all those negative stereotypes and turn them on their head.
They start with the basics, prompt, follow-up, showing up to appointments on time. And then they go above and beyond with installation teams that are so skilled, so precise, that Victor's is able to offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install.
5-star customer service and perfect installation. You're going to be really impressed with Victor's. They're the only roofer Hammer and I recommend to our listeners. It all starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. Call 1-866-VICTORS or victors.com.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country. When you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
Connect with a local divorce attorney today. Text DIVORCE66 to 323232. DIVORCE66 to 323232. 101 West Ohio, Indianapolis.
This is the soundtrack of summer.
Some memories last forever.
A cow says...
Some memories thrill.
This is a roller coaster.
Some memories chill.
Listen to the lemon shake-up.
And new memories are waiting at your Indiana State Fair. Presented by Get Prepared Indiana. Save now on discounted tickets.
If you're struggling with weight and frustrated with dieting each and every year, Mark Patrick Seminars can help.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I had lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Seminar Thursday, July 31st at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30, stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. Or Saturday, August 2nd, Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com. Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's family-owned jewelry store, is dedicated to quality and fine craftsmanship. Let them help you celebrate that special moment in your life. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
The news everyone's talking about, you'll find it at WIBC.com. The latest from City Hall, the White House, or the State House. Updated all day. Don't miss what matters. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC and WIBC.com.
Matt Bayer, what's going on?
All right, Nigel, looking in Lawrence, northbound 465, we have two stalls around East 75th Street. The first is blocking the center lane. The second is blocking the right lane. We are stopped back to I-70 for a 34-minute delay. Southbound 465 jammed up from Penn Pike down to I-74, delayed 18 minutes. Southbound 6570 stopped north, split to the south split because of construction, and that's delayed by 21 minutes. Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic from Harding into the South Split. And on the northwest side, northbound 465 slow, 79th up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
85 and sunny at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, 93 WIBC. I'm Nigel. Jeff Boggs filling in for Hammer. President Trump is calling on the Washington Commanders and the Cleveland Guardians to revert to their old nicknames. In a post to Truth Social, Jeff, Trump wrote, quote, "The Washington whatevers should immediately change their name back to the Washington Redskins football team. There's a big clamoring for this. Likewise, the Cleveland Indians, one of the 6 original baseball teams with a storied past." He's talking about not funding a new stadium in D.C. for the Washington Commanders, formerly the Redskins. I like it. I think it's hilarious. I don't like, again, this is social media trolling,
Yes.
I think.
100%. People want to post their memes. It's like, why are they allowed? Why are we okay with the Fighting Irish?
Right.
Does that not offend anyone? I think you're exactly right.
The Irish have a stereotype of being heavy drinkers and fighting a lot.
And also, why don't they go, honest question, what about the Atlanta Braves and the Florida State Seminoles? Like, I don't understand why some of them changed.
And Stacey Abrams was able to get the MLB All-Star game kicked out of Georgia, and then
that was during
Atlanta
during the nightmare of wokeness where nothing made sense.
Yeah, and then the Atlanta ended up winning the World Series, I think, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think they did.
They came back to Georgia.
I don't know. People are offended. Do you think, Jacksonville has sucked for years? Do you think Jaguars are offended that Jacksonville uses their name? I mean, it really depends on who you are.
But you know what? The left took away prominent, like the Washington Redskins. It wasn't like Chief Wahoo or the Cleveland Indians, that old mascot. I maybe understand that. They took away.
I love Chief Wahoo.
I understand that. But the Washington Redskins was a stoic, powerful image of an American Indian, and they took him away. Like 10 years ago, if this would have happened, this would have been like a Republican thing where they're erasing. Like Aunt Jemima, Land O'Lakes, Uncle Ben's, taking prominent people of color and minorities off corporate brands.
Aunt Jemima's family, the family of Aunt Jemima, is up in arms that it's no longer called Aunt Jemima. They loved the name Aunt Jemima. It's ridiculous.
They loved it, and back 10 years ago, it would have been something offensive. Now it's like a woke thing. So I think it's hilarious. I don't think Donald Trump has any control over whether or not they're going to build a new stadium if they change it back to the Redskins or not.
I think he's sitting there going, all right, we need a day of people talking about something else. Oh, I got one. Do the Redskins.
All right, should we do Nigel's Bible quiz after 5 o'clock? We've been teasing this.
People are writing in. People are calling in. I'm getting text messages saying, I hope Nigel passes this time, because last time you failed. And this time,
I don't know if I failed, but I didn't.
Well, you got a 42%.
Okay,
so that's failing.
We'll be right.
Let's hope this time you get an ace.
More after 5 o'clock on the Hammer and Nigel show.
Matt Bear here for Trajan Wealth. Trajan Wealth, I put my retirement in the hands of Trajan Wealth. I'm more than satisfied with my decision. Yeah, and they listened. Yes, they put together a financial portfolio designed for my retirement goals only, not someone else's. The difference I found is how they treated me like family. Okay, no high-pressure sales, just conversation on how to achieve my retirement goals, my visions for the future. Call for your first appointment. It's free, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan, they're about low expenses, manager tenure, and tax efficiency. It's very Hoosier. These philosophies are built into the core, their foundation. You'll be able to tell for sure. Call today and learn more. 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. 317-480-4040. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Schulke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Schulke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-3338. Act now. Call 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-3338.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair. Your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or SwainCoLLC.com.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, what you have to look out for across the state. An NBA player will do something special. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Down on Lisa Brady, Fox News, after former President Obama's office accused the Trump administration of a weak attempt at distraction over allegations of a conspiracy leading to the years-long probe of Russian interference in the 2016 election.
There's a long laundry list of facts and intelligence reporting that directly contradict the statement coming from President Obama's office and those who are trying to deflect away from what actually happened.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard just telling Fox.
After Donald Trump was elected, led by President Obama, there was an effort to create a document that would serve as a foundation for what would be a years-long coup against President Trump, therefore trying to subvert the will of the American people.
She has referred evidence to the Justice Department. Obama's office calls the allegations bizarre and says nothing in the document Gabbard released undercuts the, quote, widely accepted conclusion that Russia did work to influence the 2016 election. President Trump telling reporters earlier, referencing the Obama administration, that it's time to go after people.
What they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level. So that's really the things you should be talking about.
This as he faced more questions about some bipartisan efforts to get all Jeffrey Epstein-related files released. The president supporting a Justice Department effort to meet with the sex offender's convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. Farewell to a rock icon.
Ozzy Osbourne, who was nicknamed the Prince of Darkness, has died. He was 76 years old. Osbourne reunited with his Black Sabbath bandmates on stage in his hometown of Birmingham earlier in July for one final performance.
Fox's Michelle Polino, the British heavy metal pioneer, had battled Parkinson's disease for several years. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The heat is not done with you. Sunny skies and now 87 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. A heat advisory will go into effect on Wednesday for portions of western Indiana.
That'll be for the daytime hours tomorrow. And then we're expecting even warmer conditions for Thursday with the potential for additional heat headlines being issued here in the next 24 hours or so.
Andrew White with the National Weather Service says the air quality will also be a suspect, especially in Indianapolis and east of there, and rain and storms are expected to return by the end of the week. An Indiana Pacer, Pascal Siakam, is the honorary pace car driver for the Brickyard 400. He'll be driving a 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EVSS to lead the field around the 2.5-mile oval at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And you often hear stories, but what about people who write them? John Herrick reports on a man who chronicled a lot of Indianapolis sports stories before he died.
And now, a WIBC News Spotlight.
His name was Bob Hamill, and he was the Indiana Sports Writer of the Year 21 times.
Bob Hamill, greatest sports writer ever.
That's one of Hamill's friends, IU radio play-by-play voice Don Fisher, honoring Hamill at a ceremony at Assembly Hall back in February of 2023. Hamill spent 40 years with the Bloomington Herald Telephone and later the Herald Times, including 30 as sports editor. Fisher says he already misses Hamill dearly.
He was such a wonderful man, just a tremendous person, number one, more so than a writer or any of the other things you've heard about Bob. Just a phenomenal individual, one of the smartest people I've ever been around.
Hamill also developed a friendship with the late IU men's basketball coach Bob Knight.
Well, I think it just was the personality that Bob Hamill had. And I think Knight immediately realized what a good person he was.
Fisher says Knight also appreciated Hamill's work ethic, too.
One of the greatest writers I think the state has ever seen, without question the most prolific writer from a newspaper perspective that anybody in this state has ever been.
Hamill either authored or co-authored 14 books, including the 2002 autobiography of Knight. Hamill was 88. With your WIBC News Spotlight, I'm John Herrick.
It's 5:04, and you've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
WIBC traffic at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Northeast side, that's Lawrence, where we have a stall northbound 465 before 71st, blocking the center lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-74, a 30-minute delay. And then southbound 465, stop-and-go before I-70 down to I-74, delayed 18 minutes. Westbound 70, slow to the north split from rural. Southbound 65, 70 downtown, stopped from the north split to the south split, delayed 26 minutes. Inbound 65, stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn. Northwest side, northbound 465 slows after 79th up to 865. Southbound 465 stop and go traffic from 71st down to I-65. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Services. Water damaging your home? Contact Indiana Foundation Service, the basement concrete foundation experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at IndianaFoundationService.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear tonight with lows in the mid-60s. Wednesday kickstarts a daily stretch of miserable conditions with highs in the low 90s. Peak heat indices anywhere from the mid-90s to low 100s, especially to our west. Indy could be under heat advisories by tomorrow. I'm Wish TV Storm Track ABD meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jeff Boggs in for Hammer. Jeff Boggs, lifelong Hoosier, but moved to New York to write for the Letterman show for a number of years. Moved to L.A. to work in reality TV and produce for a long time. Jeff, Stephen Colbert, we talked about this Friday. The Late Show brand is going away. CBS is doing away with not only Colbert, but the Late Show as a whole. You worked on the Late Show for 5
years.
5 years with Letterman?
Yep.
Colbert's accusing CBS of leaking financial figures to the press to show that this wasn't a political thing. I don't think it was a political thing. I mean, the show is losing upwards of $40 million a year.
Well, in a way, it's political because of Stephen Colbert's politics. The show's losing $45 million a year.
That's a good point.
So I guess in a way. I had an idea this morning, Nigel. Can I just run it past you real quick?
Yeah, please.
You know how in Times Square they have the national debt clock?
Yeah.
And it's showing the national debt. What if next to that clock they put up another billboard that showed how much Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel are losing for their networks every second? Because right now they're losing $1 million every week they're on the air for their network.
Wow.
That's
And this
why you
goes,
get fired.
And this goes to the bigger story. The real story is late night talk shows are going away, possibly. I mean, this is the first domino to fall.
Remember when people used to read newspapers?
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. Remember when people used to
my neighbor still gets a Wall Street Journal every Saturday.
I think my dad still gets the Indy Star. And it's fun, but listen, the internet had to at some point take over for paying $200 million a year to promote late night shows. That's how much it costs to put on a late night show. $200 million for the 11:30 ones. And Dave Letterman used to bring in $400 million a year for CBS.
Wow.
Used to be a big money maker. Ain't nobody watching anymore.
Colbert had a message for Donald Trump on his show last night. This is kind of indicative of like what you do when you don't have an argument. And I'm going to play this message from Colbert last night for Donald Trump.
On Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings." How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself.
Not very Christian of him. He's a self-avowed, big Catholic guy.
I heard a clip. Did we talk about this? I heard a clip between him and who's the CNN guy?
Jake Tapper?
Not Jake Tapper, but
Chris Jennings.
not
Scott
Chris,
Jennings, Wolf Blitzer, Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, yes. About how because they've each had tragedies in their lives, and they started talking about God. This was years ago, and it was such a great clip. And things have changed so much in that show. I think Colbert could have been something so much better than what he turned into. But the F word, back to my argument that this is like, you have no argument when you say, oh, F you. Okay. Here is Jon Stewart reacting to CBS canceling The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Go yourself!
He's got a choir behind him.
Wait, bring it down. Let's bring it down. Little bit quiet. Yourself! Just go yourself! Everybody!
So that's Jon Stewart, I think, on The Daily Show responding.
Was it The Daily Show? Is that still
a
thing?
He hosts a couple times a week.
Who watches these shows? I don't have any references for these shows.
But go F yourself and F you and F this and F that. That's
so
what you do when you're flailing and you have no argument because you know you're embarrassed.
Trump's got the laser pointer at the wall, and these guys are just like cats. They're just going crazy. And the reason is, Nigel, you said it at the beginning, it's embarrassing once the financials come out. Yeah. You can act like everything's fine in Hollywood. Do you remember when Hollywood, it was about 3 years ago, when the LGBT programming, it was a mandate that all of these shows, you had to have a gay couple, a trans individual or something. And there was a movie called, I forget what it was called. It was a major motion picture with a gay lead character. It bombed. It opened in 3,000 theaters, and it made $4 million.
Yeah.
And the director of the movie went on social media and said, how dare you homophobes not come to see my movie? It turns out that it doesn't matter if you're a homophobe or not. People just don't want to watch that programming. It's proven. And now it's turning out, money-wise, people don't want to watch Stephen Colbert say the same thing for the last 6 years about Trump. And the reason I know it's not turning out well for him is because he got fired, because the bean counters at CBS finally came in and said, it's untenable. We can't keep doing this.
And here's Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy really kind of getting to the point of what the firing of Colbert and the getting rid of the Tonight Show, The Late Show is all about.
Colbert makes $16 million a year. The Late Show with Colbert loses $40 to $50 million a year. For these people, including like Colbert, to be like, this isn't really right, that we're blindsided. Buddy, you're losing $40 million a year. You have 200 people creating one show. And then you compound that with Colbert openly going on air, being like, I don't trust CBS. This relationship can never be repaired. I can't believe they bowed or paid that lawsuit to Trump. Buddy, you're losing $40 million a year, and then you have the arrogance to go hammer your own company. What did you think was going to happen? Of course they'd fire. I'd fire you in a heartbeat.
Remember Dave Letterman delivering the gift basket to GE on air? It was so funny. GE had just bought NBC, and Dave brought over a gift basket, and it was a live bit. This is 90 or something.
Did he really?
And the security guard at the GE Tower wouldn't let him in. And Dave goes, I'm just here to deliver a gift basket. It was so fun because Dave hated the system. Famously, he and Howard Stern hated the system.
Yes.
You could get away with it because everybody watched Dave, everybody listened to Howard. It doesn't work, Colbert, when he's getting half the ratings of Gutfeld, to start talking back and getting tough. And it's going to start happening to more people. Jimmy Kimmel has a big decision to make. Does he fall on the sword now and say, I'm leaving?
Yeah.
Or there's no way with his ratings does ABC look across the street at Television City, CBS, and be like, we should probably cancel him too.
Do you want to do the Nigel Bible quiz?
Well, everyone's asking about it. Everybody's
last Friday we did something that you came up with because you and I have similar backgrounds, maybe in religion and church.
I don't know about that. But okay.
Well, you grew up Mormon, so
of course I did not. Nigel asked me during the break, "Were you ever a Branch Davidian?" And I said, "No, I was Lutheran. I am Lutheran."
But we did a segment that was pretty popular. Nigel's Bible quiz.
Nigel's Bible quiz. Yeah.
Do we? You have another edition of that?
I do. I have a follow. You failed miserably the last time.
No.
And so people at my church had mentioned it, and I think it's a great way to not only test you, but maybe to test people at home. So what I've done, I've compiled 7 more questions. These are basic questions that any third grader in Sunday school will get correct.
I grew up at church. I grew up in a Christian church. I grew up going to Northview Church in Danville.
Call out the churches so that way, depending on how you do, they can.
I went to Northview Christian Church.
All right, Northview.
A Brownsburg Christian Church.
Brownsburg Christian.
Now Connection Point. Now I go to Traders Point.
So this is big for Traders Point. This quiz coming up will be big. I have 7 questions.
Okay.
Allison, will he get over or under 3.5 correct?
Wow. 3.
I mean, last time I said under and I was correct. But you know what? This time, I feel like maybe the jitters are out, so maybe he's a little more focused. He wants to redeem himself. So I'm going to say over.
Okay, over 3.5. You ready?
Do we have some Bible music or some?
Oh, of course
some
we do.
worship music to play underneath?
I like that.
Okay.
And here we go.
Okay.
Question number 1. Where did Moses receive the 10 Commandments?
Sinai.
Bing, 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 bing. 1 for 1. Mount Sinai. Very good, Nigel. Very good. Mm-hmm. And you're doing this for Traders Point Church? This is right?
No, I'm no way.
This is not affiliated.
In any way, shape, or form.
You're 1 for 1. You're 1 for 1 right now. Question number 2. What did the 3 wise men bring to Jesus as gifts?
Yeah. Mirth, like perfume. Right?
3 seconds.
No, I got it. That's it.
Mirth perfume is what you said. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Myrrh. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So
what's mirth?
I don't know. What is mirth? Is it like girth? I think the myrrh.
Of a Smurf.
Smurf, maybe.
But I mean, I got the essence of the question.
But you got the question wrong. Also, do you think Joseph and Mary returned the myrrh for store credit? Here we go. Question number 3. What did Jesus use to feed the 5,000? The feeding of the 5,000.
What did he use?
How did he feed the
fish and manna?
What do you think, Allison?
I take it.
Manna? Manna.
Not manna. That's what the
Fishes
Israelites.
and loaves?
Fish and loaves. I'll give it to you. Ding, 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 ding. 2 of 3.
Yeah.
Fish and loaves. Okay. Question number 4. Who is Jacob's brother?
Isaac.
Nope. Esau. Isaac was his father. Okay, 2 of 2. Or 2 of 4. Here we go. You need to get 2 more right of the last 3. What did Solomon ask for when God told him he could request anything? What did Solomon ask for when God said you can request anything?
Can I change my answer to under?
Allison, please. He's thinking.
Well, do you know the answer, Allison?
I can't help you.
I can't get a lifeline. What did Solomon ask for when
God said to Solomon,
wisdom?
Boom! Nice. How did you just get that?
Because I ask for wisdom every day.
That is great. Nigel, I'm excited.
Yeah. I ask for wisdom every day.
Congratulations so far, Traders Point. Here we go.
I have no way of representing Traders Point Christian Church in any way, shape, or form.
3 of 5 correct so far. You need to get 1 more to get the over. Where did Jesus walk on water?
Galilee.
Boom! He got it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice job, Nige.
Oh, man, I feel holy now.
That's really impressive.
I feel like my soul is cleansed.
I'm changing my opinion on you. At first, I thought it was a lost cause, but now I think there's something there.
Which is the one that I got wrong?
You got gold, frankincense, and myrrh, which didn't make sense.
Probably easiest one, I would say.
I would say, well, no, you also said Isaac was Jacob's brother.
That was a hard one.
That's true.
I don't think I would have.
But you got, what did Jesus use to feed the 5,000? You kind of roundabout got fish and loaves. If Nigel had been in the crowd at the feeding of the 5,000, he probably would have gone, do you have any dipping sauce?
Any ranch, Jesus?
Is
that?
These loaves
all
are
right.
a bit hard.
All right, we're late. Let's get to Mad Bear with traffic.
All right, fellas, looking at the northeast side, northbound 465 in Lawrence, a stall before 71st Street, blocking the center lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70, delay at 32 minutes. Southbound 465 jam from 70 past Brookville Road. That's because of another stall, and it's blocking the center lane for a 27-minute delay. Westbound 70 loaded up from rural into the north split, and then downtown, southbound 65-70 jammed. North split to the south split, delayed 9 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop-and-go traffic from Harding into the south split, and on the northwest side, northbound 465 grinding from 79 to 865, and slowing down on the southbound side from 71st down to West 38th Street. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Get extended holiday pricing and exclusive savings on LG appliances during the July 4th Encore sale at Grand Appliance. Visit grandappliance.com or your local Grand today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Jeff, we have the reason why Joe Biden did so poorly at the Donald Trump debate, the presidential debate. Also coming up, Color Roulette against my better judgment.
I love Color Roulette.
I wasn't going to do it. You requested it, so we'll do that. It's 85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, 93 WIBC.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Summer's in full swing, so come get that hot summer deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get $20,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, plus 0% for 72 months. Or lease a new 2025 Lincoln Corsair for just $499 per month at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP $110,425. Corsair MSRP $53,915. $3,500 due at lease signing. Zero security deposit. 36 months. 10,500 miles per year. Offers good through 7/31/2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realizations. Through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Bill Estes Ford is your neighborhood truck dealer. And right now, during the Ford Summer Sales Event, we've got an amazing deal you won't want to miss. 0% APR, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days. That's 3 big zeros, which adds up to 0 excuses not to drive home in a new Ford today. Every day is truck day. Go anywhere, do anything in a new F-150, starting at just $46,295. Bill Estes Ford. Online at BillEstesFord.com.
Stock BFP 250444 OEC. See dealer for details.
Get ready to hit the links. The golf outing presented by Franciscan Health is almost ready to tee off. Join us Thursday, August 7th at the Legends Golf Course in Franklin. It's more than a round of golf. It's for a great cause. Proceeds benefit the Franciscan Health Foundation. Franciscan Health will host free cancer screenings on site, and you'll also find a silent auction, longest drive competition, and more. Be proactive about your health and get some swings in. It's a great excuse to take a day off work. Sign up now at 1075thefan.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers, under new ownership, just off State Road 37. Stop by for special grand opening prices during the summer sales event.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers and Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, I guess if you want to start calling now for caller roulette, that's where we take calls unscreened. A little bit after the news at 5:30. You can call now, 239-9393. I'm Nigel. Jeff Boggs is here in for Hammer. Hunter Biden. Been in the news lately. I might replay some clips from yesterday if we have time here. But Hunter, the son, suggested in one of his first interviews that President Biden's disastrous debate against Donald Trump was partially the result of taking Ambien while traveling. He was exhausted from travel. They had to get him some sleep, and he was getting ready to go in this debate. And as you texted me, old man-being.
Old man-being.
Which is a great line.
This is after a year, right? They finally come up with an excuse, and it's, he took Ambien.
He took Ambien. I take Ambien occasionally, and it helps me sleep very well. It doesn't give me the effect. Like, some people take Ambien and they, like, eat a loaf of bread without realizing it at the middle of the night. Have you heard those stories?
Yeah, they wander through the streets, start operating heavy machinery.
Yeah, no, I fall asleep and get a good sleep.
Do you take a pill or do you crush it up?
Crush it up.
Some people have to crush it up to
what? To take
it. Some people have trouble with pills.
Like Hammer.
Like Hammer.
Oh.
The person
Hammer chews it. He will chew it. I don't crush it. No, I swallow it. I could swallow a pill.
Okay.
Have you taken a suppository?
I'm not. I don't.
Have you ever done? I wonder if you shoved an Ambien up your buttocks, it would work.
Can you clip that for the end of the week recap?
Did you hear? Oh man, it's 5:29. Okay, let's start taking calls for caller roulette. 239-9393. Against our better judgment, we just need your name.
Not my better judgment. I love caller roulette. I know. Nigel's like, I don't want to talk to the regular folks. I love the regular folks.
239-9393. The 317 area code, whatever, you know it. Whatever you want to talk about, whether it's Hunter Biden, whether it's my trivia, my knowledge of the Bible, whether it's whatever you want, whatever you've heard. Ozzy Osbourne passing away today at the age of 76. Mm-hmm. We're not going to screen these calls. We're just going to take your name. 239-9393. Caller roulette coming up next.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A legend was lost. Sunny and 86 in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel, and this report is brought to you by Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 5:30. As you've heard, classic rock and metal legend Ozzy Osbourne has died. He was 76, and his death was just 2 weeks after his last appearance on stage with the metal band Black Sabbath. The Senate holds a hearing about what Republicans are saying, what the consequences are for former President Biden's border policies. Fox's Chad Pergram.
Republicans argue that President Trump sealed the border, but that does not mean that the border is necessarily sealed, because they say the effects of the Biden border policy will echo for years. Tammy Nobles is testifying. A 16-year-old from El Salvador killed her daughter 3 years ago. He was in the country illegally. Republicans say there's a lot of cleanup on border security after the Biden years. They also criticize sanctuary policies by cities and states. Democrats concede they failed to address border security last fall. That cost them votes. But today, Democrats contend voters did not support the types of immigration crackdowns which are carried out daily by the Trump administration.
And House Republicans are looking to pass a bill that would make it tougher on immigrants who come back into the country illegally after being deported. Coca-Cola is making a big move. They are bringing back real cane sugar to their soda and ditching their high fructose corn syrup. This aligns with the Trump administration's push for cleaner food ingredients. Coca-Cola CEO James Quincy told Fox Business Network's The Claiming Countdown he wondered if people will prefer the new taste.
Everyone's got their version of which is the best Coke, which is, in a way, part of the magic of the brand, that you can engage in such an intense debate about something where the liquid is basically the same. But I don't want to unpack the mythology too much.
He announced it days after President Trump said on social media, saying the Coke company agreed to use real cane sugar in their drinks since the 80s. And you're paying an average of $3.13 a gallon of gas today, says AAA. That is up 8 cents from last week, up 3 cents from last month, and down by a penny from the national average. The cheapest gas is still in Chesterfield at $2.56, but you can only pay with cash. And if you would like to pay with card, the cheapest gas is still in Daleville at $2.61. With traffic at 5:32, here's Matt Bear.
The stall cleared in Lawrence, northbound 465 at East 71st. Still stop and go traffic from 70 up to East 56. Checking the southbound side, 465. Still on the east side now. This is a crash before I-70. Center lane blocked. Delay starts after that because of an earlier stall that is cleared. Southbound 465 jammed from I-70 down to South Shadeland Avenue. Delayed 45 minutes. That should start to taper off a little. Westbound 70 stop and go. Rural into the north split. Then jammed on southbound 6570 downtown because of construction. 7-minute delay from the north split down to the south split. Crash on the southwest end of downtown. It's Prospect at Oliver Avenue. Also looking at eastbound 70. That's stop and go traffic from Harding Street into the south split. And inbound 65 slows 29th to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear, not too bad for tonight with lows in the mid-60s. Wednesday will kickstart a daily stretch of miserable conditions with highs in the low 90s, with dew point values rising into the low to mid-70s. Peak heat indices will be in the mid-90s to even low 100s to our west. Heat advisories could be extended into Indianapolis by tomorrow. We're also going to have the same trend continue through Thursday. Matter of fact, Thursday's the worst of the heat with highs possibly in the mid-90s and peak heat indices anywhere up to 105 to 110. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Buckle up. Anything can happen here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let it ride. Let it ride.
Hammer and Nigel present Caller Roulette.
Yeah, we don't screen the calls. We just answer the phone and take your name. You can talk about whatever you want. My name is Nigel, Jeff Boggs. Lifelong Hoosier, moved to New York to write for Letterman for 5 years, moved out to L.A. for a couple decades to do reality shows out there. He's back and filling in. We're glad to have him. And, Jeff, you have kind of you have the technology over there on your side to answer the phones. I don't know.
You want me to call out?
Yeah. If you want,
why don't we do that? We're doing caller roulette.
Caller roulette. Yeah,
let's make it great.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
I'm ready.
Caller number 1 will go line 2, Mike.
Mike. Hey, Mike.
Nigel, Jeff, hey, thanks for taking my call, guys.
Hey.
Great show.
Thanks, bud.
Okay, I have a bone to pick with Jason Hammer, though, even though he's not there. My daughter invited him to her wedding to come to the reception, to crash the reception, and he totally ghosted her, didn't reply, didn't answer, didn't come to the wedding. So I'm calling to make a second offer. I have another daughter who's going to get married next year, and this is the formal challenge. So I know he's not there, but so maybe it's Jeff and Nigel that should come to the wedding and not Jason Hammer.
Well, listen, I certainly would not go to the
Nigel,
wedding.
there's no way you'll get him.
I'm not leaving my house.
He's busy. He's got a hair appointment that day. But I will tell you, let me tell you how I'm gonna help you out right now. I am on the air going to guarantee and promise that Jason Hammer shows up at that wedding and reception with a gift. He and Crystal will come. They'll have a great time. Book it. It's done. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Hey,
Mike.
That's what I'm looking for.
All right, let's go to. Can we try Chuck on line 3?
Chuck, okay.
What a horrible day for AstraZeneca. I mean, I think didn't they make Ambien? What idiot decides that here we're gonna let this guy go out on stage for a debate on Ambien? Did they not remember Patches Kennedy? Did they forget what Roseanne Barr went through with Ambien?
Oh,
These
yeah.
people are so pathetic.
Yeah.
Toast
Have you
on
ever
a
taken
stick.
Ambien, Jeff?
Hell no. No. I have no.
Well, Chuck, you've never. Jeff,
I think I tried it. I think
Ambien?
I tried it once and I slept for 4 days.
I have a prescription. No, it's great. I love it. I mean, I don't take it every night, but if I want to go to bed early and just get some good sleep, I don't like. But
There's only one thing. What? There's only one thing that could have helped him during that debate, and that would have been toast on a stick.
Boom.
Larry Bud Melman.
Yeah, you better believe it, buddy.
Stick.
Calvert DeForest. He's the guy. My favorite Larry Bud bit. Do you remember when he was handing out hot towels to people getting off the bus? That was one of the funnier. That was one of the funnier bits I've ever seen. Cool, man. Cool reference. Let's try. Can we try Tom on line 1?
Yes. Good afternoon. 2 quick points. Nigel, you looked terrific last Thursday down in Johnson County, so I got to compliment you for that. Number 2.
I looked terrific.
What do you mean? What do you mean by look?
Too.
What do you mean by look terrific? Like, what was it about him that looked terrific?
He's a radio personality, cut, dry, and simple. I've worked with my share of him, and he looks like another one, except he exceeds the standard, I think.
Do you think
I've lost some weight, but
you do. I told you today you look great. I thought you looked really good.
Thank you.
So I agree with.
But I'm still in the 200 club while you're in the you're in the 170 club.
I think I'm in the 178 club.
Yeah, you're in the 170 club.
Okay, so we've established Tom thinks you look very handsome.
2 more things.
And he's got another point.
Yeah, the Ozzy Osbourne thing. We were at that same concert at Deer Creek. Has it been 10 years ago? That's incredible. And my wife dragged me to Black Sabbath that night.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago, 2015.
And
yeah.
he was amazing. And one other quick thing, this public service announcement. If you want to meet Abe Lincoln, you can do it at 7 p.m. this evening at the Perry Township Academic Center. It's on 2115 East Southport Road. It's right east of Long's Donuts, and everybody knows where that is.
If I want to meet Abe Lincoln.
Lincoln, we have a gentleman by the name of Danny Russell. I'm in the Perry Township, Southport Historical
Not the real.
Society.
Right.
Not the real one. But we had trouble with the date. Close. We had trouble scheduling him a little bit. He said he wanted to go to the Ford Theater and see a performance there.
There we go.
And I said,
all right,
I told him, I said, we'll take a shot later.
We got to cut it out. That's too many Lincoln jokes in a row. I respect a good Lincoln joke, but once you start layering them, good call.
You go not the real one.
Good call. Can we try Justin on line 3?
Oh, Nigel, I love you. Oh, Nigel, I love you. Hammer is so fat. Allison is so pretty. And then there's that guy, Jeff Boggs. Okay, the real reason I wanted to call is with my wife. Happy anniversary from the other day. And Presley, Coulter, and Gatlin, Daddy loves you. That's all I got.
Oh, it's very sweet, Justin.
Thanks for calling
nice
in.
Song.
Nice song, except for I didn't like my part. And then there's that guy, Jeff Boggs. It's like
well, I mean, he called Hammer fat. I think I would have.
I'd rather be called fat than. And then there's that guy, Jeff Boggs.
Hey, I sung you the Toby Keith song a couple months ago too. So
what was it?
Can
I want to talk about me. I want to talk about
I want to talk about. Yeah, I like that one. All right, bro. Thank you for the call. Great job. Can we? Is there a Charles on line 5?
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call.
Is it Charles or Chuck?
Charles.
All right, we'll go Charles.
Yeah, well, I called in a couple of months ago to talk about horror movies with you guys.
Yeah.
And I dropped an F-bomb and I got cut off. So just in my defense, I had binge-watched The Sopranos, so that had something to do with it.
Okay.
But I just want to say I cried today for Ozzy. I seen Ozzy back in the day. I'm older than both you guys. I saw Ozzy for Bark at the Moon. I saw him for the Ultimate Sin tour. And I just saw him when he came here to Ruoff. What was it, about 8 years ago? I think it was a little bit before pre-COVID.
It was
When he
2015. I think it was 2015. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Black
He was,
Sabbath.
well, no, it was just him. No, it was just him.
Oh.
It wasn't Black Sabbath. It was Ozzy.
Okay. I went to the Black Sabbath one.
Yeah, which would have been great. But yeah, I saw him, and he was probably, 69 years old, and he was just amazing. Every time I've seen Ozzy, he was amazing. Like I said, I saw him back in the day. I saw him the first time I saw him. I was in 8th grade.
Oh wow!
And
you had cool parents letting you go to that show. I mean, my parents wouldn't have let me go see Ozzy in 8th grade. That's incredible.
My mother said, "You better be right out here when that show's over. I'm going to whip your ass."
What's the signature Ozzy song, Black Sabbath or Ozzy solo that everybody like? What's your favorite? Like what's going to be on his tombstone?
There's so many. See, you're going to bring me to tears. There's so many great songs. I love Over the Mountain. I love Goodbye to Romance.
Goodbye to Romance.
Goodbye to Romance was a great song.
What about the Lita Ford duet?
If I close my eyes forever.
Yes, that was a great song. In my band, I was a professional musician for 30 years out in California. And
where in California?
In the Central Valley, Fresno.
Very cool. Okay.
Jeff, I would love to talk movies with you. You seem like a really cool guy. I would love to talk movies with you.
Seems like it. Yeah.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me while I've been on this radio show, and I appreciate it. Usually they call me a hump, or Nigel's like, you suck, and thank you very much for saying that. And now I feel like you and I have a relationship. Thank you.
Well, I would love to talk movies with you, and I love the Hammer and Nigel. I listen to you guys every day.
Thanks, buddy.
But I literally wept earlier over the passing of Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, I'm still teared up.
Well,
it's so sad.
It is what it is. It's very sad, but I think Ozzy's the kind of guy, and we got to let you go really quick because we're going to another call, but Ozzy's the kind of guy that you got to celebrate his life. As sad as it is, I think we're just happy.
He had a pretty good life,
I think we're just happy that we had him. We're sad about his passing, but man, was he a lot of fun.
He transcended from rock and roll to reality TV to many different things. What do we got?
All right, let's go to Julie on line 2.
Julie.
You guys are a great combination. Really enjoy the two of you.
Thanks.
Wow.
If this stuff about Obama, former President Obama, is really true, that is a really bad sign for this country.
Yeah.
And I hope that you have a chance, if it is true, to read the key points so people can understand this, because it's going to tear the country apart. And I hope it's not true, but I'm concerned.
Well, no, I mean, what she's talking about is our own intel community said Russia didn't interfere in a meaningful way in the 2016 election, but Obama overrode that and set up an entirely different intelligence assessment so they could go with the whole Russian collusion narrative.
Julie, do you think anything's going to happen?
That's troubling.
Do you think anything's going to happen to Obama, honestly?
No, but it certainly is a scary thought, isn't it?
It is. I think it's terrifying, and I think Tulsi Gabbard brought the goods. I think they're approaching this the correct way, and hopefully we don't lose these. Yeah, hopefully we don't lose these receipts, and everybody can see them, and we can deal with it accordingly. So,
anybody else? No, nobody else. Should we call it?
Yeah.
I think that was a very successful caller roulette, man.
It's because I enjoy doing it. I know you and Allison's like, I got to hit buttons and pick up the phone. And you're like, oh, I don't have time for the regulars. I love talking to the people of Indiana, this great state, these great people. I love it. I could do it all show.
All right. It's a Hammer and Nigel show.
Fill your tank. Don't drain your wallet. Sam's Club lets you save time at the pump with Scan and Go checkout at Sam's Club fuel stations. Just scan the QR code on the pump and pay. Visit your local Sam's Club today.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Michaelis specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Michaelis help there?
Yes, Michaelis works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text Rocky to 369-369. That's ROCKY to 369-369. Rocky to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Pierce Jewelers is the best family-owned jewelry store in Carmel. All jewelry and watch repair, appraisals, and custom design are done in-house. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Busy day? No problem. The WIBC Mashup podcast catches you up with standout moments from your favorite shows. Fresh episodes every weekday. One click, all the good stuff. Get your daily fix. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Bayer, what's going on?
Eastside Nigel, southbound 465 before I-70 crash, blocking 3 left lanes. The fire trucks are out there. Emergency personnel on scene, and traffic is slow. Back to Pendleton Pike, and this has created a delay of 20 minutes just to make that short stretch. Westbound 70 stop and go rural into the north split, and then we are jammed down to the south split because of construction. That's a 7-minute delay on southbound 6570. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic Harding Street into the south split. North side, eastbound 465 at Westfield Boulevard. That's a stall blocking the center lane after that slow traffic over to Allisonville Road. And on the northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go from 79 to 865. Crash downtown. This is 10th MLK. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, 93 WIBC. Nigel here with Jeff Boggs filling in for Hammer. A new survey asked dog owners what the best part of a vacation is. And 42% of dog owners, Jeff, said it's coming home to their dog. Also, the average dog owner starts missing their dog just 53 minutes into their vacation. You are a hardcore dog guy, aren't you?
Well, I have my dog, Ray, who, by the way, today is his 13th birthday. So,
wow.
Happy. He's probably at home right now. He always checks you guys out on the YouTube channel.
Happy birthday, Ray.
Every time Nigel starts talking, Ray barks, which is weird. But Ray turns 13 today, and he and Molly are at home just celebrating.
What kind of dog?
It's a Pekingese, a little black Pekingese. I have him on my my Twitter header. There's a nice picture of he and I. We always go to McDonald's together. We just go around the town and we get it done. But 13 years old. So it's a kind of a big moment for him. I've known him for 12 years and 8 months. That's about how long Molly and I have technically been dating. She named him Raisin. And the night that I kind of went over to Molly's house to have dinner for the first time, I said, what's this dog? Because it looks ridiculous. Ray looks ridiculous. He's so cute, but it's ridiculous. And I said, what's with the dog? And she goes, his name's Raisin. And I said, that's not going to work. We need to change it to Ray or Raymond. And so now he goes by Raymond Jeffrey. We're really proud of him. And on the way home,
13 that's a good number for a dog, man. That's a big number.
Let's just leave it at that. 13.
Yeah.
He's a healthy. What is that in dog years? 91, right?
I'll get the calculator out here.
So he's a teenager today, or 91. There was a lady at my parents' retirement community who noted that too. He's 13 years old, and he's getting older, but he's going to live to be 27, so we're fine.
I've got a Havanese puppy that's 10 weeks old that still poops in the house.
And you're crating that dog still, correct?
At night, yes, and when we leave.
Okay, so you do that for about a year, and then let it rip.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show. Hey, guys, if you're constantly feeling tired, you can't focus, no energy to get off the couch, I mean, that's not living. It affects all aspects of your life, your relationships, your job. Do you have kids? Is this how you want them to see you? It doesn't have to be this way. Now, picture this. You can get your life back with testosterone therapy by Low T Centers. Never been a better time to find out your T levels. You can do it in like 15 minutes. Get the test right now. The test is still free, but time is running out.
The Low T Center gives you the power to take control of your health. Custom dosed TRT, you could go into the facility. You could have it shipped to your home. Prescription weight loss medication, whatever you're looking for, the Low T Center has it. Guys, this is the way to take care of yourself. Book an appointment right now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com and ask about how you could get a free test.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has greenlighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at TaxPro USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-554-3122. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call TaxPro USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-554-3122. 800-554-3122. That's 800-554-3122.
Hi, this is Zach from Ingledow Tree Experts. When it comes to the health and beauty of your trees, trust Ingledow Tree Experts. Our certified arborists ensure your trees are trimmed, removed, and cared for with precision. Summer is the perfect time to schedule fall pruning. Call now for your free estimate and let us handle the hard work. 317-903-0102 or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com for more information. Ingledow Tree Experts, where your trees come first.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country. When you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
Connect with a local divorce attorney today. Text Divorce 66 to 32 32 32. Divorce 66 to 32 32 32. 101 West Ohio, Indianapolis.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. Just a few months after going public, Fishers-based drone delivery company Arrive AI is looking to triple its workforce as part of what it's calling an aggressive global expansion. The company plans to add about 40 employees with the goal of filling new positions by the end of this year. Arrive AI has developed a smart mailbox, a climate-controlled, secure receptacle for human or drone-based mail pickup and delivery. Among the new positions being added are artificial intelligence scientists, software and product engineering, and sales and marketing positions. Arrive said most of the jobs will be based at its Fishers headquarters. Evansville-based Old National Bancorp has appointed Timothy Burke as its new president and chief operating officer. Burke succeeds Mark Sander, who announced his retirement earlier this year. Burke most recently served as an executive vice president for Key Bank in Ohio. Indianapolis-based nonprofits Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana and Horizon House, a daytime-only homeless shelter, announced today that they have entered into an agreement to merge the two organizations. A timetable for completing the merger was not disclosed. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress.